was a little bit longer than I like, but that's fine. Weird that my camera moved slightly. Let's adjust that. What's up? What's up? Tom, just finished 3 houses. Now it's time for 3 hopes. Also, this Bale song is going. It's already like fucked up my hand enough, but it's so much fun to just fit around. I'm sorry. All right. Time for some Fire Emblem Warriors 3 hopes. Excitement. Yo, I like that loading screen. Loading thing down there. Alright, we're probably gonna get a cutscene, right? Cutscene right at the beginning. The first time loading up the game, so might be trying to do some connection shtiz and whatnot. God. There's still Warriors games on this channel that I need to finish. User data will be created. Cool, this game will save automatically. Cool. Koei Tecmo. Good old Koei Tecmo. Produced by W Force Omega. Alright. Guess we're jumping in. Digital purchase bonus content confirmed. The following feature is now available. Owl Perch. This feature will be unlocked from Chapter 4 onward. Alright. Let's just check our stuff. We can view our license settings. Let's see. Yep. All on. Counter death cutscenes. Mission briefings on. Mid-battle tutorial. Sure. Cutscene subtitles. Yes. English. Display battle log. Yep. Auto advanced dialogue. No. Default scares please. Pump save after battles. Yes. Volume settings. Let's turn this down a little bit. Voice volume and cutscene volume can still be loud. Everything else lower to 8. Yes. Controller settings. Should be okay. I know how to play a Warriors game. Let's just be real. I've played 2 on this channel, and there's more that are out there to play. So here's the thing. We're gonna start on normal. I know how to play this. I know how to play Warriors games. Warriors games are not that difficult, and they're honestly a lot of fun. But for stream purposes, I feel like it's best to keep it to normal because we're more so here for the story and such. So there's casual, and then there is classic. We'll do... So here's the thing. I've played the original Fire Emblem Warriors. I actually own the collector's edition for the original Fire Emblem Warriors. I don't think there was a whole casual classic sort of thing in that one, but I do remember something. I feel like I remember something regarding that. I'm gonna do classic. We'll do slow and steady. Yeah. I think classic's just more enjoyable for... Ooh, hello. All right, we got blonde Rhea. Pretty sure she had green hair at some point. Dagrins. Oh, there's Flame. So that's Sethleen.
Bloodshed. Will it never come to an end?
That's a new voice for Flane. Oh, yeah, Reo says Saros, that makes sense. There's Sedith, who is Chihol. Isn't there a fourth one? Same voice actor for Flame, but she does sound a little different.
Where is that freeloader, huh?
Are we the fourth one?
I know you're napping around here somewhere. On your feet and back to work already, yeah?
New Imperial.
Finally. Come on, Sunshine. Up and at 'em.
Yes. Well, we're obviously going to be the girl. Blue Lions again, right? So we're going to be his girl. I also love how both of them look, but the girl...
Hey, get up already.
Girl's doing something.
Sorry, what's going on?
What's going on? Did your head spring a leak while you were napping? Better see if you can even remember your name.
I know that the name is Shez. And we could be like, oh, we can be Volika again. But Volika already exists in this universe. Volika is female Byleth. So let me see. Good thing that all the names I come up with are 8 letters long. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be playing as Merluvia.
Well, looks like there's hope for you yet.
Back off, you sack of guts. I'm just resting up for the battle.
Yeah, well, the battle's on our doorstep, so you're lucky I like you enough to wake you. You heard who we're up against, yeah? Gerald's mercenaries. Gonna be one hell of a fight if true, especially if the Ashen Demon is here. Don't like a smidge of what I've heard about that fella. Or was it a woman?
Leave it to you to fumble the details. Did you even catch this Ashen Demon's name?
Of course I did. It was... by the goddess, it's right on the tip of my tongue.
How's the game sound, by the way? I hope everything sounds good. We are very much going to be playing against Volika. Oh, I love it. I love it. It takes the name. It takes the name from 3 houses. Oh, Volika's back.
Yeah, that's it.
Demon or no demon, our job is to fight and win.
You sound just like the captain. I know they paid up front, but come on.
Well, at least one of you has some courage. You've certainly come a long way since I plucked you from that mountain village. But this battle is about more than just victory. Gerald's team has a sterling reputation. Rumor has it they've never blundered even a single job. But once we put them to rout, we'll finally be the greatest mercenaries in all of Leicester.
Enemy activity detected, Captain.
Looks like we'll be fighting by moonlight. Mind you don't kill each other in the dark.
Wasn't
Okay.
expecting a fight so soon, but I guess there's nothing for it. You ready?
Ready as I'll ever be. Good luck, friend.
And double to you.
I'm so excited. I'm so
Alright,
excited.
Let's get down to business. We're up against Gerald's mercenaries.
Moving to camera, sure. Continue moving to dash. Okay, so there's no, so just a simple run.
Drive them straight into their graves.
Come on. That's what I
Let's
figured.
see what you're made of.
Team of Getz and Lasley to defeat the nearby enemies. Yeah. Why X?
They're not putting up much of a fight. Are these guys new recruits or something? Guess this means I can mess with them a little.
Yeah, whatever. Every class has its own unique action. Merluvia is currently a Myrmidon. Hold X to charge a class gauge and release it to perform a sneak attack. You can move while charging. Cool. Nice.
Guess that's that.
This looks really nice.
I eat steak tougher than this. Hey, you! Clear out that group
True.
over there.
Defeat the mercenary captain. Lock on. Yep, I know how to lock on. I know what main missions are. That's fine. Guarding is ZL. Ooh, there is a stun gauge. Combat Arts and Magic. Press the right bumper. Display quick menu 1. Combat Arts and Magic. You cannot use the same combat art magic time. Weapons ability. You'll be able to use corresponding combat art magic. Okay, cool. Let's go. Perfect dodge. Let's go.
I'll take out the stronghold over this way, yeah? You get the one over there.
Can't wait to wrap this up so we can all drown ourselves in ale.
Base captains, yeah, they have little outposts, essentially, is what they do. And that, when you take them out, they summon other people. Drain the strong captain's stun gauge, defeat them with a critical rush. At times, a stun gauge will appear over the commandee's head. You continue to complete him, there's X to perform a critical rush. It's unclear displayed when you land certain attacks, hitting an enemy with offensive or perfect guard. I don't know what a perfect guard is.
Capture complete. The captain ran off ahead of us. Is she gonna be okay?
Master your fear, and attack!
Keep your eyes open. We still don't know if the Ashen Demon is here.
Oh, let's go! Let's go! By focusing strongholds. And when strongholds under control. Got it. So you can heal inside that. Purple crystals, restore weapon durability.
The main force is here. We're saved. Now push the enemy back.
So need to move
About
to
time
next
a
one.
foe with some teeth showed up. But they still don't stand a chance against Burling's mercenaries.
The Ashen Demon!
Now,
It's
isn't this
me!
a sight? You must be the infamous Ashen Demon.
It's
I
me!
can't wait to tear you apart.
This will be the end of the Ashen Demon. No one can beat the captain.
What? Captain?
Lasley has died.
They took out Lasley like she was nothing.
Ugh, I can't believe I'm losing to some damn kid.
Uh-oh.
Captain Burling's in trouble. I have to reach her before it's too late.
Gerald's mercenaries deployed
So
reinforcements.
many of them. Only one thing to do about that.
Press A to release the warrior special.
I've got you now.
Look at how big that number is. That's so good. I love it.
No. Just when my dream was finally in sight. You monster.
Oh no! She died to us!
What are we gonna do now?
What's up, me? Look at it's me! Look how pretty I am. Oh yeah, I played Persona 5 Strikers. That's right, I did play 3.
Stand down or die.
Oh, hello.
We're gonna stand. We're gonna fight. We're gonna
Jesus. Beat Volca.
Why am I so scared? It's just one merc.
Ow.
Run! Run while you can!
Guts is dead.
No! This can't be happening.
Strikers gameplay. Yeah, I gotta still do the post game of Strikers at some point. Oh no, me! Other me! Strikers did. We're gonna be streaming Strikers again and Legend of Zelda, the original one.
Keep fighting.
Perish with you. The cycle of this world, I will not allow it to perish with you.
Boobs! Sorry. I just, the game was zoomed in on her boobs. Ooh. Ooh. We're sexy.
Where did you get that power?
No idea. It's just what I need to bring you down.
Look at that. Look at that block. That's awesome. Good job.
We're here to help.
Thought the stream ended? Nope. They're here to protect Volca. Go back to assess the situation. Okay. Motherfucker, stop attacking me. Me, you need to stop attacking me!
Interesting. You're fighting like an entirely different person.
Man, we have a nice voice.
That's enough. We did what we came to do. Everyone, fall back.
What? Witness my true power!
I always do this, but I
Sorry,
think
this
just
fight is
started.
over.
Hey, wait!
Why? We've achieved our goal. Your job was to stop us, and you failed. Another time, perhaps.
Hey, we're not done here! Wait, why am I...
Is that like the Plia play? It's Warriors gameplay. Of course I like the Warriors gameplay. This is why I hope to stream more Warriors games in the future, but I still have to finish all of the adventure mode maps in Hyrule Warriors, the definitive edition. We've already 100%ed Age of Calamity. Like, Age of Calamity is 100%, and then Persona 5 Strikers, we still have post-game stuff.
Oh, good.
We'll get to
You're
it. Oh,
awake.
hello.
Not sure I would have been able to sleep at night with your blood on my hands.
Hi, snake person.
Who are you?
Ha! Now that is a tricky question. For the moment, why don't you call me Arval?
Arval, huh?
Okay.
But for now, let me speak plain. You are slated to die.
Ah, that sucks.
Right now, I'm the only thing holding your meager life together. And to be blunt, it's beginning to tire me.
Thank you?
Oh, my. That's the first time anyone has ever shown me gratitude. And I must say, I like it very much.
Ah, I
Hear
love
me
Warriors
well.
gameplay.
You are a crucial piece of this world's cyclical... No, this will never do. You're far too groggy to absorb what I'm saying. For now, I needn't tell you how you'll get back on your feet. I need only convince you that you will.
Back on my
I don't
feet.
understand. I'm already up and about.
Ah, perhaps here you are, but not in reality where it counts. Your cluelessness is actually quite charming. I think you're starting to grow on me.
Listen, I'm just beautiful, okay? Like, look it, I am, well, I mean, camera-wise also, sure, but I was also just No. Tape, please. There we go. That way I can sit back. But like, beautiful. Wait a second. That's the ground, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I'm beautiful. Don't worry about it.
Still, the important thing is what you do after you wake.
And what should that be?
Recall, please, how the Ashen Demon bested you. Came within an inch of snuffing out your life. If you attempt the fight again the same way, you will reach the same conclusion.
Gotcha.
This would force me to step in once more, which would be most annoying and also rather counterproductive, if I'm honest.
I'll become
I'll
stronger.
get stronger. The woman I am now will seem like a little kid in comparison. And one day, I will surpass the Ashen Demon. I swear it.
Hooray!
Indeed.
My captain and comrades are dead. The company is finished. So there's only one thing I can do. Start over.
Huh. I thought you to be more sentimental. Did they not take you in? Care for you?
Gold's the only thing that ever held us together. And death is something we're all too used to. I never knew my real parents, and I lost the mother who raised me. Partings just come easy to me, I guess. The best way to honor my fallen comrades is by training hard and growing even stronger.
Fair.
Then I'll crush Gerald's mercenaries, and the Ashen Demon with them. That's what I'm going to live for now.
Oh, but I like your spirit. Though I expected no less from my partner in destiny.
Oh, it's Jigsaw.
Sorry, what?
Yes, I suppose that was a bit sudden. I should remember, take intimacy in smaller steps. The point is that I'm here to guide you, and I promise to help you find the strength to see your dreams realized.
Thanks, snake person, reptile buddy. I appreciate it. Prologue, chance encounter.
Prologue. A chance encounter.
Oh, thanks, Gerald. Appreciate it.
The continent of Fodlan, said to be protected by a goddess, has existed for uncountable ages. Now, 3 ruling powers control the land. To the south is a region held for more than 1,000 years by the Adrestian Empire. To the north is the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, ruled by the royal family and its knights. And to the east, a league of nobles that bends no knee rules the Leicester Alliance. Though once consumed in war, these 3 powers now exist in relative harmony. Nestled between them is Garrick Mach Monastery, seat of the Church of Saros, the land's widely practiced faith, and a power that helps to maintain peace across the continent. Not far from the monastery, at the northern edge of the empire, is a small village called Ramire.
Okay.
And west of this place stretches a forest where a lone mercenary awaits.
Okay. Man, I have so many questions on how this game's gonna be like set out. 6 months
Hey,
later?
Wake up! Ugh, how many times must we do this? Get up already!
Been 6 months.
That's weird. I could have sworn I heard someone calling me. It's still dark out, though.
Hello, yes, I was calling you. Many times, I might add.
Come on, I told you not to sneak up on me like that.
As if I have a choice. Do you know how many times you would have died by now if not for me? I'll tell you. 22.
Not 23?
The 3 times you leapt off a cliff to quote-unquote get tougher saved you. Those 5 mad attempts to dispatch a horde of monsters by yourself saved you. And tonight, despite my repeated warnings, you took the wrong path and ended up having to sleep on a bed of leaves in the middle of the woods.
Yeah, we suck at living.
You're right. This was all my fault, and I'm sorry.
Strange. That's exactly what I wanted to hear, yet somehow I'm the one who feels bad now. I must remember this tactic.
Yeah, this is pretty good. I like it.
At any rate, we all make a few mistakes along the way. And by we, I mean you. And by a few, I mean far, far more than average.
I love
Now
our
then,
protagonist.
with that out
She's
of the
great.
way, would you like to know
10 out of 10.
why I've roused you from your
Would date.
mud-caked slumber? Actually, it's probably easier to show rather than tell at this point. Look over there, if you would.
Stop plowing ahead, Claude.
Oh,
You're
hello.
going to get us lost. Lost? Schmost. We've got it on Imperial authority that this is the way to the village.
True, I said there was a village, but how could anyone know where it is in the thick of these mountains?
Edelgard, you sound different.
I can't even say for certain where we are in all this gloom.
Okay, new plan. I'll rely on my keen senses to navigate. Lucky for you, they're sharp as an arrow. Hold, both of you. Someone's here. Another bandit, perhaps?
They're mistaking you for some common backwater thief. What cheek.
Well, hold on there. I'm no bandit. I'm a mercenary.
Well, that makes everything better.
A bandit would be far less out of place in these woods than a sellsword. What brings you here?
We've no time for an interrogation. Our pursuers are closing in.
I don't know who you people are or what you want, but I think introductions can wait. You clearly need every blade you can find, and my pockets have been feeling awfully light lately. What do you say?
Damn, we're an asshole. I love her. I love her. Stronghold. Do I need to turn down like the music and volume again? Because I feel like they're...
Well, since you're here...
Yeah, hold on. Menu. This is a cool menu. Sorry. No, I don't care about bookmark saves. Never cared about them in the beginning. Okay. How am I messing up the timeline? Still Terrapot. Gotcha. Rank S. Oh my gosh, rank S? Let's go. I love it.
Mind stepping in and helping us chase off these scary bandits?
Don't worry about payment. You'll receive plenty of coin. If we survive, that is.
Merluvia changed class is now a Flugel. Merluvia learned the unique ability. There are 3 types of unique abilities: action, sport, and tactical. During the battle, press LX to check the class and unique abilities and units your group. So what am I looking at? Shuttle Flash. Chance mode creating touchdown. Press R ZR to dash a short distance. So this is totally an alternate timeline. Research pouch. Cool. Costas? It's Costas again. I remember you.
Fighting for them now, are ya? And you can die with their new friends!
Oh, so there's advantages in this game. There kind of was in Three Houses, but I'm used to it in Awakening and all the other games. So up arrows, the more advantageous effects you have against enemy, the more up arrows. Stun gauge can be turned by class. Oh, it's based on class. Being a fighter class equipped with an axe, Edelgard has a strong advantage against lance wielding enemies.
Deal with things here.
Okay. Are you gonna tell me I can switch? All right. I'm Edelgard now.
Show you a trick for dealing with heavily defended enemies.
She's got fire. I wonder why. Fire attacks, gotcha.
And that's how it's done.
Don't overstep, Edelgard.
Alright. Are there secrets? I hope there's no secrets like the fucking Koroks in Age of Calamity. It's almost like she's the Flame Empress, isn't it, right? I was about to say it's up and down, right? You're a soldier class.
I won't allow anyone to stop me.
God, why do you all sound different?
You're making me feel bad for the enemy to be.
Treasure chests? Well, treasure chests usually just show up on it, so.
But it was you or me?
So.
Just who are these people anyway? All 3 of them have crests.
Time skip voices? Oh, probably. Units request can trigger request effects. Under certain conditions, you can find detailed about this. You have lightning attacks.
Bunch of brats! Stop embarrassing yourselves and stand your ground already!
Oh, hello.
Is it Claude time? I think it's Claude time.
It is Claude time.
No problem.
Weapon, combat art, or magic is extra effective. Extra effective, 3 tiers greater advantage against it due to greater damage. Effective against armor, cavalry, flyers, monsters, yada yada yada.
I got it.
Alright, so for those who are not used to the weapons triangle, believe it's axe beats lance, sword beats axe, and lance beats sword. Bow beats flyers, and magic beats bow, typically. Vulnerary, don't care.
Hey, got lucky there. Well, lucky for me, I guess. Not so much for you.
Sure.
Bandits have a firm hold on the central road. It would be wise to move through the forest and take down the strongholds as we go.
Try and keep an eye on who we're fighting to make sure we've got the right person leading the charge at the right time.
What's your... Yeah, that's what I figured. Issue orders. Oh, yeah, there's orders in this game. Duh, it's a Dynasty Warriors game. So plus is gonna be the order button, and then you can use auto battle, which we don't care. Right, so Edelgard.
Here I go. No mistakes.
You to go.
They must learn who they're up against.
We will proceed as planned. We must strive.
Let's try this. Let's see how this goes.
There. This is the strongholds. What's this? Pots. Give me stuff. Cool. Healing potion. Don't care.
Contain things here.
Man, these guys are destroying things. Okay, good to know that that's in this game.
We'll be done before we know it if they're all like this.
Interesting. So they seize things very, very fast. Typically, you don't have people seize this easily. So it's nice to see that they change it. Awakening is probably similar to magic in... Yeah, I'm gonna say that's probably similar to the magic in the Hyrule Warriors games.
Enough of this strategy nonsense! Get out there and tear them all to pieces!
Reinforcements.
Here I go. No mistake. They must learn who they're up against.
We will proceed as planned.
I have you. I'm gonna have you. Oh shoot! Can I have you move? Okay, I can have you move.
Let's try this. Let's see. Okay, how many thugs does this guy have working for him anyway?
Three houses. Yeah. Hey, what up, Eloise?
Repent, foul bandits. The Knights of Seros are here, and we'll cut you down for terrorizing our students.
Let's go. Yeah, it's probably similar to the original Fire Emblem Warriors, which there is, I assume there's probably the same difficulty sort of gist that game has, which we'll worry about later.
Watch out, they're gonna make a last-ditch effort to rush our position.
Justice.
Let's try this.
Need you to attack them.
Here I go.
You're doing okay. You. Fortunately, Dimitri is not super useful right now. So offensive orders.
I've got this.
Okay, interesting. Better challenge on the first one. The first one I played on maddening like as soon as I unlocked it because it was not that bad. And then the awakened state, pick up blue tonics. So yeah, it's just essentially.
Power? Maybe
more substance. It seems more interesting.
Allow ourselves to perish here.
I do want to stream the first game eventually, but I want to play the other Fire Emblem games that are associated with that game. So like Awakening, Fates, and Echoes. Maybe even the OG one, because that has Marth. But once again, we have so many games to play. It's just, I wish I had more time to play all these games. I really do. But of course, have to pay bills, and having a full-time job means, yeah. Right, Verona. Battle ranks and rewards. Completion time. So I figured. It's leveling up. Being an adult sucks.
Gotta keep aiming higher.
It's not that being an adult sucks. So that's the thing, is it's not like the fact, like I still live with parents, I'm still in debt, but like streaming is the only thing that keeps me sane. But also streaming is the only one of the few things I feel like I'm really good at, which is why like I try to do my best to grow the channel and everything, because I do wish to keep doing this more to entertain people and show people games that they haven't seen. But you know, yeah. Playing maps, just general advice. Hold off on it. Defeating enemies gains experience, yada yada yada. But I'll be good.
I won't let myself stop here.
Just streaming's my fun stuff. MVP gets additional experience, that's fine.
Gotta keep aiming higher.
Combat arts and magical level up after they use a set number of times will make them stronger and reduce weapon durability loss when they use. Got it. And any units participating in battle will receive class experience. If the versus is the class level, they may acquire new combat arts, magic abilities. Units' weapon level increases, they'll be able to equip more powerful weapons, they'll be able to attack more times consecutively. Okay. After battle, you'll be able to check the constant's weapon packs or research pouches you acquired in battle. If you reach your inventory, access items are sold off automatically. Separate items give packs to 22, okay. Resistance by 2, okay. Missions, no. Facility effect, no. Facilities, interesting. Good to know.
Hang on, you're seriously the Imperial Princess? The Crown Prince? And the heir to the Alliance?
Yup.
Yes. And as the three of us are now in your debt, I think formal introductions are in order.
One of you turns evil, one of you is in the band Starish, and the other of you is really tactical.
My name is Edelgard von Hresvelk, Princess of the Adrestian Empire.
I am Dimitri Alexandra Byleth, Crown Prince of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus.
And I'm Claude von Regan, grandson of the leader of the Leicester Alliance.
Sage, did you just understand what I just said? Did you actually understand what I just said? Sage.
Things looked grim there for a moment. Thanks to you, we put those bandits to flight.
Bit of a miracle we ran into you out there, but hey, I'll take it.
Team effort.
I only fought well because I had such fine companions by my side.
There may be some truth to that. I can't shake the feeling that we were destined to meet somehow.
Probably
Well,
the game.
aren't they an unlikely trio? I wonder why those bandits were after them.
Probably because they are the princess, the crown prince, and
Still,
the leader
it's
of
no
the
concern of
alliance.
ours. We have our own plans to attend to.
Oh, by the way, no, that's not mine because it's a random generator. Because if I do it again, it changes. Mine is I, by the way. I actually cosplay as Makaze.
Now, collect
Fun
your
fact.
pay and be off before they get a wild idea and ask you to join them.
Say, while I have you here, do you know where I can find Ramire Village? I took a wrong turn somewhere along the way. I'm looking for a band of hardened mercenaries who follow a man named Gerald. I hear rumors that's where they're camped.
Actually, Ramire might just be the village we've been looking for, too. That ring a bell, Edelgard? I don't remember hearing anything about mercs, but...
The name sounds correct, at least.
No, you're good. You're good.
Gerald's too smart to get smoked out by a bunch of rumors, but they're all I've got at the moment.
In any case, we won't find our own 2 feet in all this dark. We should return to camp and get our bearings before...
Hello there, house leaders. Hello, brave mercenary.
Well,
We've
Baloise.
mopped up what's left of those rascals. So what say we return to camp? And I insist you accompany us, good mercenary.
Of course.
Who, me?
You heard the man. We'll wait out the night together and make for the village in the morning. It's a great plan, especially if you want to get paid, as we're a tiny bit short on pocket change at the moment.
Damn.
And those mercenaries you're looking for? Gerald's band, was it? They may be in Ramaya village tonight, but there's no telling when they'll move on. If you come back to our camp, we have maps that may help you get one step ahead of them.
This is clearly the wisest course of action. Not to mention that I would enjoy conversing with you further. But of course, the choice is yours.
Go with him.
Why can't things ever be simple?
All right, but just for the night.
Perfect. Then might I borrow you for a moment after we reach camp? There's a matter we must speak about. Nothing alarming, I promise you.
Right then, so off we go? But, if I may, did I hear you mention a Gerald earlier?
Yes, do you know him? He heads up a pretty elite band of mercenaries, so I imagine his name has spread all over Fodlan by now.
Mercenaries, is it? No. No, it can't be him. Can it? Well, I'll just have to meet this Gerald myself. After I've seen my duties through, of course.
This is a different
After all,
timeline.
if I don't
Interesting.
finish my assigned tasks, I'm mission the point.
You're still the same Eloise, though.
Get it? Missing? Mission? Come now, this is good stuff.
That's our Aloise. Come on, let's get moving before he really gets going.
Good God. Okay, well, he hasn't changed between timelines. Oh. There's the boys and girls. Oh, everybody's here. Battle prep. After battle, you'll be able to interact with your allies. So we can talk. Holy shit.
Hey!
Those things supposed. Gus heads run off. Hey, you're one surveying brigades. Are you someone anyone help?
Hey!
Welcome to our humble base camp. Okay. I assume you're familiar with the Officers Academy and the grounds of Garrick Mach.
If I'm honest.
Yep, they're heads of the academies, but you find other students, teachers, and even members of the Knights of Saros here. You caught up in the middle of an annual outdoor activity. Okay.
That's good, sir.
Quite a mess when the bands of brigades attacked us. I wish we could chat at length, but it seems that the three Cossage wish to speak with you. Bond with your rescuers. So we can literally talk to all of them, huh?
It's you!
I have to find a way to explain to all the Lady Rhea. Sorry, I'm going through this fast. Yay, let's go.
Oh, it's you.
You're the new Merc, right? Merluvia? Boris says you had some skill. You have to give me a demonstration before we head out. Deal. I can clear some time before sunrise. Looking forward to it. Support point. Signify the strength of the bond between you two units. Units gain support points by giving appropriate answers to conversation, performing actions that make the other happy, or heading into battle together. Talking to everybody.
Heya.
Okay, the mercenaries, get to meet you. I'm Annette. This is my best friend Mercedes.
Hello there.
Please make your acquaintance. Or just speak with the others. I haven't yet.
Let's see.
I'm planning to. Let us know.
The thing is,
We started the Officer Academy, so my grasp on the other blue lions is tenuous at best. Oh, y'all become the best of friends.
heya. Hello there.
My thanks.
This is the next time my gratitude. I will see this debt repaid.
Nuh-uh.
No.
No, I must offer thanks. To be honest, I'd like to treat you to a meal, but we lack time. God, so many people to talk to.
Huh?
Gotta say, I never thought the person who helped Dimitri would be so stunning. Hope to invite you out for a meal sometime, just as we done.
Don't be ridiculous.
His Highness benefactor, stop trying to pick her up like a common
Can we speak a
floozy.
moment?
Name's Merluvia. Keep it in mind in case you need to have her.
Not good.
There's not really reason to like read through all of this. I'm gonna be honest, just because it's like kind of little banter. Plus, sorry, thirsty. Plus, it's not voice acted, so I'm just gonna kind of speed through it. Otherwise, my voice is going to die.
Hey
Hello,
there.
Ash. And about the academy. Tell me you heard it. Heard of it all. One of my employees, a little back, couldn't shut up about how you gone to the place. It's a lot easy to talk to somebody like you. True. So,
You have my thanks.
we're in the debt. The village where you're headed to be a little bit more east.
Thanks.
Yeah.
By the way,
You'll be seeing summers. Hope you take the opportunity to converse with the others here. You'll likely find yourself at a loss who might not speak you. I'd be more happy to give you an introduction to any Blue Lion House students. Oh, you're gonna just talk about?
Your interest flatters me, but I'm afraid I find myself unsure of where to begin. Perhaps I'll have thought of a topic when next we speak. But, you're leaving for that village soon, aren't you? Dedu hails from the land of Dusker. Perhaps you've heard of it. He tends to keep to himself, but he possesses one of the kindest hearts of anyone I know. I'm proud to call him my vassal. Speak to him, and you'll see why.
Sure. Hold the button while performing strong attacks to trigger blast and impact that deal minor damage. I'm only going to be looking at the Blue Lion stuff. I'm going to talk to all of them for obvious reasons, but I'm only going to look at the abilities for them so I have like an idea. Taking hits regarding starts barricade. So perfect guards are pretty much the same as perfect dodges, right? It's just timing based. Okay.
Felix is the son of Duke Fraldarius. He has a sharp wit and even sharper tongue. But he's a good person at his core. I can attest to that. He has always admired strength above all else in a fighter. I imagine the two of you will make fast friends.
One attack increase speed by 1 tier. Some dodges, no battalions deployed or battalion endurance depleted. Oh my gosh, so you don't need a battalion. Okay, that's good to know. Overseas.
I only first met her here at the academy. She seems a gentle soul with great inner strength. From what I understand, she has traveled far and wide throughout both the Empire and the Kingdom. Perhaps that explains her demeanor.
Attacking very slightly, fills unique ability gauge, restores HP. So she actually heals while attacking. Interesting. Live the serve, so it's recovering her own, which is the same as Jacob.
In the far south of Fargus lies a manor by the name of Castle Gaspar. Ash is the adopted son of that castle's lord, Lenato.
The boy!
He's an honest boy, well deserving of our trust. I'd like to get to know him better someday, should the opportunity arise.
Oh, you will. While holdings that are used left to create a place a zone of wind. Interesting. Increasing items dropped by falling enemy commanders. Nordices reduces damage received from enemies. Okay.
Annette is the hardest worker in the entirety of the Blue Lion House. She is truly brilliant. I could stand to learn from her single-minded devotion, if only a little.
Ranger Arya. Attacking very slightly. I hope that was not my door opening. Because otherwise things are about to go very bad. News full, press out. Turn yourself surrounding enemies. Okay, so she's just a buffer. Grants with a single warrior special grants a small increase in damage. Okay, cool. Sylvain
is the son of Margrave Gautier. You may have already noticed, but he's something of a womanizer. That may be putting it lightly, in fact. But despite his apparent indifference, he possesses great cunning and is quicker on his feet than anyone else here. I've known him long, so I'm well aware.
Accordion Stroke. Wow. At 300 hits and above, increase attack range and damage dealt proportional to the hit count. Dang. Okay, that's pretty cool. Adept Flirt. It's nearby are the units at your challenge. Increase awakening gauge fill rate. That's amazing. I love it.
Ingrid is the daughter of Count Galatea, and she is far more gallant than your run-of-the-mill knight. She has ever been straight-laced and diligent, even when we were but children. It is not an uncommon sight to find her scolding Sylvain for his indiscretions.
Listen, we all love Sylvain, right? Enemy sent flying, explode, and deal ice damage. Slightly increase the warrior gauge fill rate when attacking enemies launched into the air, which is probably better. That's what I figured. Here's something I want to know. Just want to check something here. So do these level up? So I guess these level up too. So C. Authority is C. That's what I figured. We have no support conversations yet. Bonuses. Save data bonuses. I should have both. So Fire Emblem Warriors, we get the Smithing Stone, and Owl Feather. For 3 houses, we get the same thing. Cool. Wonder where the Ashen Wolves come into play here. But we'll see.
What did you need?
What happens? Bam! I'll swing my spear. Kids these days. Hello. Yeah, pretty much all these students. Which is sadly typical. She stayed behind because she was terrified of the idea she might be attacked in the woods. Hello, Hubert.
My thanks.
See, I don't like how you look right now, but when you're older, you look great.
Huh? Right.
How may I help you?
Thanks for your cooperation. Had injuries. Grateful any all help. Sweet. Hello. Attack stole my chance. Or slave some must. Who might you be? Name's Olivia Merc, who's passed through the area. Job fighting those bandits. What? Yeah. Caspar doing Caspar things as usual. Ferdinand, what's up?
Has arrived.
You know, Skibert, what happened to his eyebrows? Nah. Ferdinand von Meyer! Rest in peace, guy. Other minutes, guy.
What? I am on it.
Petra!
Right on.
That has much difficulty.
Yeah, I don't know.
Manuela! Nice to see you again. It's been so long.
Got it.
You're the brave vagabond knight who appeared to boldly protect me from the brigands earlier.
Right on.
Oh, well, hi.
Manuela, you're a songstress, yada yada yada. We know who you are. Hanuman! Hamster boy! What's up?
Let's see.
All in all.
So crest mics. Crests are great! Crests are amazing! Don't investigate me, that's weird. Bernie's not here. That's so depressing. No problem. Your future, if you have a moment, find yourself with no place to go after you accomplish everything, hire you with the Empire. No, we're gonna be going somewhere else first.
Let's see. If you would. On another matter.
I would love to know about them, not right now. Because as much as I would like to learn about them, we're not going to be playing as them in this run.
Well met.
Yeah. There's the Black Eagles, Blue Lions, and the Golden Deer. Awesome. Hello, Random Knight of Saros. Is anyone happy to students? Cool. Hello. I'm actually going to become a mercenary myself. Encourage her dreams.
Thanks. I'll do it.
So, who does Leone look up to if Geralt's kind of evil in this game? And fucking Lorenz.
Huh?
Can I help you?
Marianne Lasithia!
Nuh-uh.
I'm busy.
Good stuff. Hilda!
Hey. Huh.
She sounds so bored.
Aw. Thanks.
And the two boys, Raph and Ignatz.
Right on.
No problem.
In Claus House Golden Deer, but we're just regular old common folk. More students from the commoner class than the other houses. Imagine you're a commoner yourself, being a mercenary and all? Probably. What up, Claude?
Thanks.
Regarding compensation, tell me not to pay you personally. I guess they want to handle it as a church thing. Yeah, we're a mercenary.
Speaking of,
Yes, we have talked to all of them, and I don't want to talk about the Golden Deer. All right. Sorry, Eloise. I gotta go to a village.
That's concerning. If I'm
I was hoping I could ask something. Would you hear me out? Sure. What's up? What do you want, dude?
My sincere apologies for asking this of you. I know you're heading for Remire Village in order to find Gerald's mercenaries, but, well, perhaps you might consider changing your mind and accompanying us to Garreg-Mach Monastery instead.
And why would I do that exactly?
Because you've done us a great service, and we don't have the means in camp to properly reward you. At the monastery, however, we can repay your kindness in full. Also, between you and me, this evening's turn of events was quite the embarrassment for the church.
Seems like it.
We allowed students of the Officers' Academy out of our sight, and house leaders of great political consequence at that. And then they crossed swords with bandits. If word got out, well, let's just say it would sit poorly with everyone. So you see why we must ensure you are well compensated. Also, there may be some papers for you to sign, perhaps in blood.
Don't.
Sounds more like hush money than a reward.
Yes, that's exactly what I told the fool knight who suggested it. Me, I'd just as soon send you on your way, but I fear I'm obligated to escort you back. Anyway, the whole thing will be much easier if you simply agree to come along. Just as a formality, of course.
Sounds great.
I think that was a threat. And here I thought he was a big softy.
He is a big softy.
Well, what do you think? Garreg-Mach is in the opposite direction of where we need to be, but this man seems rather set on having us accompany them.
We'll go on our own
I guess
volition.
I'm not opposed to helping out a little more.
We're a good person,
I'll come with
kind
you
of.
to the monastery, but I'm not staying a single minute longer than I have to.
Bless you, my friend. What a noble soul you are. I'd say you saved my bacon, but that would be utterly hammy.
God, we don't like puns here.
Eloise, has anyone ever told you that you're...
Don't. Some truths are simply too painful to bear. I'm no expert. I fear the poor man's heart couldn't handle the shock.
Told me what?
Told you how dashing you are in that armor. Not just any man can pull off that look.
Ah, you like it? Wonderful. I admit I've received no small share of positive comments on it. There's a grand story behind every last ding and dent. Enough to keep me talking for a week. Why, take this one here.
Let's not.
We heard you'll be joining us at Garreg-Mach. Perhaps somewhat unwillingly, I might add. I know this wasn't in your plans, but if it lets us get to know each other better, perhaps it will prove worth it in the end.
Yeah,
Willing or
friendship.
not, we've got a long road ahead, so let's try to keep the mood light.
I hesitate to ask this considering you're only here because of us. But, well, are you sure about this decision? The last thing we want is to delay you from your own business. The knights may seem unwilling to bend, but it's not as if you have no say in the matter.
Stand by the decision.
Actually, I see this as just another chance to better myself.
Also, to talk about Udapri, because I'm sorry, I'm like super invested. Whenever it's a Warriors game, I always get super invested and I kind of forget what I'm doing. We talked about Udapri earlier and said you mentioned Masato as your boy. When we first played Three Houses, I was convinced that Dimitri was just Masato, but hair dyed blonde. It was that was my I was so convinced.
But as I see you've made peace with it, I will leave the matter be.
And then I didn't get to see how he turns out until
Yes, that's quite
much
enough, chap.
much later.
Let's save our energy for the road. To the monastery!
Listen, I know this one's on me. I'm the one who roped you into coming back to camp after all. But I'll find a way to make it up to you, I promise.
Thanks, Claude. I know you will.
Hey, hurry up back there or we'll leave you behind.
You know you've had a busy day when you rub shoulders with the heirs to the Empire, the Kingdom, and the Alliance.
True.
I think they're a fascinating group of people myself, but what do you make of them?
Dimitri.
Feels like Dimitri's always checking in on me every chance he gets. He'll definitely make a good king. The kind who looks after his people.
Are we sure about this? Well, yes, he is, but...
Seems like Edelgard thinks high enough of me. She's got this elegant air about her, but somehow doesn't hold any disdain for mercenaries.
She's kind of evil, though.
Claude's a laid-back kind of guy who doesn't really strike me as noble, and I mean that in a good way. Something tells me he's gonna be easy to work with.
Of course, you only pick up on their rosy qualities. You really are a delight. Have I told you that lately?
Who voices Arval, and why does Arval sound so familiar? Is Arval Morgana from
Still,
P5?
you better pick up the pace before you vex these people any further.
Like, that's the closest, but I feel like it's a different voice. It's a different voice than Morgana, but it sounds so familiar.
3 houses.
Hey, that's the game we just finished. Melissa Hutchison.
Deep in the
His name sounds
forest,
familiar, don't know who they voiced.
mercenary meets a trio of youths, each a student at Garreg Mach's Officers Academy, and a leader of one of the school's 3 houses. Striking down the bandit chief who attacked the students brings undue attention to the mercenary, who soon arrives at the hallowed gates of Garreg Mach.
Okay. It's the church! It's like we were just here in a different playthrough!
And with that,
Morgana is
may I
so
present
this.
the
That
mercenary I
checks
spoke
out.
Greetings. My name is Rhea, and I am the Archbishop of the Church of Seros.
Yeah, what up, Seros? Even though I still think she's evil. I don't know why.
Of my heart for rescuing our students.
Every time I see Rey, I'm like, she's evil. Man,
I'm
humble.
just glad I could help. Such modesty is not required around me. Your actions were truly commendable.
However, the reason we summoned you here was not simply to express our gratitude.
Chee-hoo.
We have a proposal for you. One made on behalf of the church itself.
What kind of proposal?
I know both of those games because I watched Blaze play through both of them.
Someone
Jigsaw?
told you of the Officers Academy here at the monastery, yes? We would have you join this academy as a student.
You what? Though you are a mercenary, I understand you are not currently beholden to any one particular employer.
Mhm.
Also, the students you rescued are close to your own age.
You don't know my age.
Your life could be greatly enriched here.
I don't even know my own age. Beauty?
Or
Oh,
she's
okay.
heard
I know.
about
I know.
our power and wants to keep us on a short leash. And yet she's taking it almost as a given that we'll accept. It's infuriating.
I need to get stronger if I'm gonna do what I need to. If your fancy school can really make that happen, consider me interested.
The Knights of Seros, as well as many other powerful warriors, pass daily through the gates of this hallowed monastery.
Okay.
If strength is what you are after, we can certainly provide it in spades.
Hell yeah!
They've really talked us into a corner here. I think I see where this is going.
Let's agree.
All right, I'm in.
A wise decision. We will do all we can to ensure you do not regret it.
I believe you will go far.
If I may, permit me to tell you a bit more about the school itself.
It's Yuritsa, who I only remember from like 2 freaking chapters. That's the guy on the far left there.
The academy is divided into 3 houses.
He's
and
important for the
draws
Black
in
Eagles, if I
promising
recall
young
correctly.
Talents from every corner of Fodlan. Some are noble-born, while others spring from more humble roots.
I feel like he also had a different
Within
name.
these walls, all are treated as equals. We ask our prospects to spend a year living under the same dormitory roof, so they can challenge each other, work hard, and grow together.
Also, I know Hanneman's voice. Oh, Hanneman's
Each
voice
of
is...
our houses corresponds to one of Fodlan's 3 regions. Edelgard leads the Black Eagle House, which is for students from the Adrestian
Death.
Empire.
He's not the Dark Knight.
Dimitri leads
Emil
the
is,
Lion
right?
House, home to students from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. And Claude leads the Golden Deer House, for students from the Leicester Alliance.
I didn't think Yuritsa was the Death Knight. Maybe I was wrong.
Ourselves, but as all of this was our idea, perhaps we should leave this decision to you. You are something of a special case, after all.
Wait, what? Really? Yuritsa and Emil... Oh.
So I can join any house I want?
Interesting. Didn't know that.
You have simply to
Okay. I can understand it. Yeah.
So you
Blue
wish
Lions.
to join Dimitri's Blue Lions. Are you certain?
Not be news. Mercedes put it together. It's been forever since I knew Yuritsa. Like, I knew that Emil was the Death Knight. I forgot Yuritsa was the Death Knight too. Totally 100% forgot it. Because it's been so long.
Yep, that's the one. I'm sure of it.
Just,
May
yeah.
you build wonderful and lasting friendships in your new house.
Yeah, no, I know we fought the Death Knight multiple times. I just forgot that Yuritsa was one.
It's time to decide which of us will supervise which house.
Yes, it turns out we just underwent a last-minute roster change. I guess you two haven't met. This is Professor Yuritsa, our weapons instructor.
Hi, Emil.
Hello.
Nice meeting you, sir. Don't load me up with too much homework, all right?
Do my ears deceive me? Or is that curiosity I hear in your voice, Professor Yuritsa? I thought all the houses were the same to you. Perhaps you should be in charge of our new student's house, hmm?
I don't care. You decide.
Well, you'll certainly hear no objections from me. Professor Manuela, you and I can take charge of the remaining houses.
What? It's decided already? I was at least expecting a fight. Maybe some hair pulling?
I was about to say, Yuritsa would be the one that I would choose. Because if Yuritsa is actually Emil, it makes the most sense.
And as for you, my mysterious new student, I look forward to getting to know you much, much better throughout the year.
The gall of these people making decisions for you. It's enough to make one's head spin.
Right.
Oh, I think Arval's also reminding me of Catherine. That's why.
I'll inform you of our first mission soon.
Sorry, what mission?
Oh, did we fail to mention that? Each month, every house in the Academy is given a mission entailing some form of service to the church.
Okay. Oh, shoot. The students of Blue Lion's house are now playable. It, like, paused for a little bit, but okay. But where's the Ashen Wolves? I want to play. I want Happy to be on the team at least. Like, I gotta make sure Happy's here too. Hi.
Professor Yuritsa told me the good news. Welcome to the Blue Lion House. I'm excited for us to learn and grow together. But for now, please, make yourself at home.
Our whole house has been buzzing since we heard you were getting assigned here. So we're going to treat you to a welcome feast tonight. Assuming you're okay with the fancy offerings at the dining hall, that is.
On behalf of the Blue Lions, can I just say we are honored to have such a lovely young woman join our ranks? I mean that.
Listen, Sylvain, in an alternate universe, you marry Volika. So unfortunately, you're not our choice
And
here.
I can't think of a better
Hi,
way
Felix.
to get to know each other than gathering around the table for a meal.
Enough chatter. You're a mercenary, right? How's your swordsmanship? You must have some skill if the boar here gave you passing marks. But I won't know for sure until we cross blades at the training grounds. I'll see you there before
What?
dinner.
Why do their models look so... What's the word? I wouldn't say bland. So simple?
That's no way to talk, Felix. You are being rude. Still, I must admit I'm curious as well. Rumor has it you're quite the exceptional fighter.
I'm happy to spar with any of you. Frankly, this brings me right back to my old merc buddies.
Trade blows if you must, but please try not to injure each other. The training grounds can be a little tough to find. Oh, why don't I show you the way later?
Like, the background and everything looks great, and so like do the portraits and text and everything, but like something feels off with the models. I don't know how to describe it.
Trust me, I'm speaking from experience. One wrong turn and you're up in the library staring down the tallest stack of books you've ever seen.
Yes, this is the largest monastery in Fodlan, so it's easy to get lost if you let your mind wander.
Listen.
If you struggle to settle in, say so. You helped His Highness. We are in your debt.
Remember your mission?
We are to stamp out what's left of the Iron King's thieves. If I may, Professor, it seems a bit challenging for a first mission.
But their leader, Costas, has already been dealt with. If the Professor thinks us capable of mopping up the rest, I trust his judgment. Good. Prepare yourself.
Of course, Professor... Oh, he's gone.
Professor Yuritsa isn't much of a talker. Or easy to talk to, for that matter. I'm certain you'll get used to him. He may be a touch curt, but he's not a bad person at heart.
Still, bandit hunting right out of the gate? This is quite the mission.
After the events in the mountains, I hesitate to put His Highness in further danger.
You worry too much to do. Besides, we have a trustworthy new ally coming with us.
Who is hella strong and has a demon inside of her. Take the praise and run
I've
with it.
given bandits a dirt nap before, and I'll do it again.
Huh, well, I'm convinced.
Whatever the case, we should be doubly prepared. And we'll be counting on our mercenary friend here to assist us.
I won't let you down.
Two weeks later. Okay. Yuritsa and Edelgard. Edelgard's doing her whole thing with Yuritsa being the Death Knight and all that.
There you are, Yuritsa. I have word from the knights.
It is time?
Yes. The bandits have fled north into the canyon bordering Count Ro's land in the kingdom. But the knights have cut off their escape, and now stand ready to provide whatever support the students may require.
We'll leave at once.
I needn't remind you, this is the first real battle for some of our charges. I trust you will keep them safe. Though I likely do not need to worry with an old hand like you at their side.
No, you don't. You there. It's time for the mission. Gather the others.
About time we saw some action.
I don't know what to say. I'm excited, but I'm also so confused.
It's a shame to admit it, but yes. It's possible someone magicked the bandits away. But why go to that kind of trouble for a handful of highwaymen scum?
So be it. We'll follow the blood scent.
Right, of course. We'll follow... Wait, what?
We're leaving. Everyone, follow me.
Why do you sound so out of breath? Everyone, follow me.
Well, he must have deduced where the bandits are. We should keep pace.
Pathetic.
Professor, it does not seem wise to charge ahead without... What's this?
From the look of it, they're bandits. Or they were.
Dead by my hand.
Sounds bored. Also true.
Wait, so are these the bad guys we were after?
Most likely. I caught them trying to escape to that fortress.
Interesting. That must be their stronghold.
In that case, we'd better clean the place out before they harm the nearby villages.
They've got their tails between their legs now, so this should be easy. Let's go.
Whoa there. Doesn't this whole fortress thing raise red flags for anyone else?
True.
I agree. If this is their stronghold, why are there no signs of life?
It could be a trap to lure us in.
We'll be heroes.
Charge
if we
forth.
manage to take
Yeah,
out
let's
the
go,
entire
Felix.
bandit outpost. This is the kind of stuff I live for.
I wouldn't go that far, but I agree we need to investigate.
Felix is like, hell yeah, I like this girl.
The decision is not ours to make.
That's right. We're still on a mission after all. It's up to Professor Yuritsa.
And I say, enter the fortress. Dispatch any bandits you find.
But isn't it dangerous for us to go by ourselves?
There can't be more than a handful. You should have no issue. If need be, I will intervene.
Yeah, you sound confident, but I've still got a bad feeling about this.
Brace for the worst. No guts, no glory, am I right?
Should things go awry, Your Highness, stay behind me.
If things go awry, I will fall back. And I expect the rest of you to do the same.
I'm more than ready for this fortress. Let's see if it's ready for me.
If the professor's with us, I'm certain we'll be fine.
Then it's settled. Stay vigilant, everyone.
Man, we're like such a side character, it feels like, in this. Defeat the thieves. Alright, so we got 4 it looks like we can get. Let's just kind of take a look here. So it looks like we got a total of 6 strongholds with about 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 outposts. Treasure chests on the top right. Looks like there are some blockades over to the left where some reinforcements should be probably coming from. Left and right in the middle, and then looks like the final outpost is probably top left just due to the gates. Looks like there's 2 blockades and maybe some locked doors. Okay. Yeah. The rules to routes of important units, so they'll speed debate here. The conditions change, of course, battle, sure. No defeat conditions. So what I want to do is we're going to use... Interesting. Change unit. Oh, I cannot change the unit. Interesting. I kind of would like to. So I guess I'm stuck with Ash, Dimitri, and Dedue? Okay. Yuritsa's right there in the middle. Okay. Details. Let's fight.
We'll put the bandits to rout. Follow me.
Oh, so this is how adjutants work? Sensibly based on adjutants. Supports. I can change the button. We'll switch the active unit for the adjutant. Wait, if that's the case, Ash, where are you? What?
I'll keep you safe.
Gotcha. And we'll have Dimitri and Dedue.
I've awaited this moment.
Dedue, where are you? Magical stock shadows. Yeah, that's kind of normal. Dedue, where are you?
Let's go, Dedue.
Cool.
Take a breather.
Sweet.
Well, that was something. Moving on.
So we should be able to switch.
So this is what real battle is like.
Yeah, it is, buddy.
I'm not letting you pass.
Wind magic. Sure.
My life depends on it.
Now we know who to kill to open the gate.
Sweet. General Crusher 1. Whoa, gates are indicated by that. Gates. Ooh, no, we're doing really good right now. Arts and Magic Wielder 1. Boom. Kicking butt right now.
Sorry, everyone. I tried to stop him.
Let's secure the interior.
Seize the thieves'
Place
base.
is bigger than I thought. Split up.
I pray they find peace in the grave.
We will proceed as planned.
And have you guys go over here. It's fine. Materials. So wait, am I still in the prologue or am I on a different chapter right now?
A treasure chest. We'll need to find the key.
Probably
I can
bottom
get
right.
it open without one if you want. I'm not exactly proud of that skill, but
You should be. It's very important.
I was already
Prologue
to
is
grab
multiple.
a nice haul from
Gotcha.
that chest. And now those intruders are all over the thing.
leave this to me.
Oh, let's go, Ash. Some classes also have the enemy with the key gets near the chest and may steal the treasure. Yeah. No.
It's an old structure, but very well built. These ruffians are lucky to have such a perfect.
Dark magic, whatever. Stop telling me about all the different types of magic that I know about. Ash is murdering people. Let the boy murder. Let him murder everything. Excuse me, I need to open this chest, please. Okay. Ooh, a new accessory. I know. but I still want to, like, if there's anything new in this game compared to others, I want to know. So that's why I still have them up. Ow. Excuse me, sir.
This mission has gotten out of hand.
I suppose this isn't exactly a trap. I still don't know what to expect from where.
Dimitri, go fight that. I'm gonna go down here. Show up in the corner instead. I won't stop the game. Gotcha. I'm fine if that stops the game, though. That's the thing. Also, it shows that the bow is broken, but it's doesn't seem like it's actually anything really bad.
Stand your ground. I'll do what I must.
Oh, I love this. Oh, I love that trap. That's cool. Nice. Ash is just kicking butt right now. We love this. See if we can kind of capture these bases. Dimitri should be able to take down this stronghold captain. There's no, nothing on a horse, so I don't think I'm going to be using his alternate one just yet. Thieves' base has been seized.
Here I go. We've taken control of the fortress. Now, let us have a look around.
Search the basement. Something is amiss.
How do you know about the basement? What do you know about the basement? Question.
We will proceed as planned.
Oh, okay.
We must strive to perform to the best. I shall take the lead.
This way.
I shall take the lead.
Allow me.
I've awaited this moment.
Look at all the gold! So what's in the dungeon? That's the question. By the way, here's a question. Interesting.
Hey, there's a prisoner down here.
Oh, Monica's here.
She looks like an academy student?
Okay. Yeah. Let's do some grinding while we're here, so that we can get to S rank. Bad. Come on. Because I think this is the end of the mission, so if we just keep doing this, we should be okay. Please don't attack me. That's right. Look at all these hits. Look at all these hits we got. So many hits. Man, this is the same stuff that I used to do in Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. Alright, cool. We're good. We're fine. Night, Kneeler. Later. Stabbed in the junk. It's Evil Demon Girl.
Are you here to rescue me?
Are you all right? What are you
Man,
doing here?
this is going very fast, huh?
Thank you for saving me.
Don't let the girl escape, or Kranya will make us wish we were dead.
Level up. Nice.
I think I'm improving.
Good job, Ash.
It's not safe here. We must take the girl and run.
Escort this mysterious girl.
They're after the girl. Well, we shook this hornet's nest, so it's on us to keep her safe. I'll back you up.
This guy's getting just flung.
Just leave
me alone already!
More bandits? Or perhaps...
Let's hurry up and get rid of them.
That's the plan.
That should do it. Hurry.
Yeah. She's fine.
Sorry I'm slowing you down. The world is still a little wobbly at the moment.
Wow, that attack is strong. Oh, hello.
More bandits that eluded us. Leave none alive.
Left them. Time missions. Complete them might give you an advantage or reward. Shoot, you're heading down. Some need to go probably around here. Yeah, I can cut you off right here. Get the cut off right here. A dark mage. Hello. How do you feel about friendship?
With me now.
Wait a second.
It's my pleasure.
Oh, they do both their stuff. That's so cool. That's so cool. I love that so much. I love that so much.
Okay, we should be safe here.
I'll do my...
I mean, I hope we are at least. All right. Who came in here and trashed my beautiful stronghold?
I feel like I remember who you are, but I also don't. You look really cool though.
Hi there. I'm Kranya, but you can just call me the lady that's about to murder you. Or, you know, don't.
Like, I feel like her people were like important at one point, and then now not. Kranya.
Let's take it for ourselves.
We will proceed as planned. We must...
I'll do my best.
I shall take...
I'll do my
Wait,
best.
no, this, please. We'll defeat Kranya in a little bit. I'll be over there soon. I'm just currently, you know... Hello, Dark Mages. How do you feel about Ash and Merlubia?
We'll do it together.
Look at all these hits. So many hits.
Gotta keep aiming high.
I've awaited this moment.
Good play.
So, if you've got any pretty last words lined up, now would be the time. It's not that I'm going to pay attention.
Wow, she's a
You're not
dick.
going anywhere, Monica. I have something very special.
Of course it's
planned for
Monica.
you.
Got her.
I must keep aiming higher.
I think I've grown.
Nice. Weapon packs, yeah. Give us new weapons for characters.
You asked for it. Release the creature we captured.
Hey, it's Demon Beast. Nice to see you're here. Roar.
Some sort of beast. Get ready, everyone. We have to take it down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I see. So it's you essentially have to fight it in different ways.
Attack in force. You'll never defeat it alone.
All
So
the
let's-
numbers in the world won't save you.
No, I think we'll be
I'm here
fine.
to aid you.
So that's one down.
This is going to be a long fight.
Stand its strength fades. Don't let up.
Smash! Da-do! Smash! Nice! Oh, that's so cool. I like that mechanic.
Demonic beast? Impossible.
I love that mechanic. That looks
Isn't going
that's super
to
cool.
like this at all. You'll pay for this. You'll all pay.
Kronya retreated.
These names are wholly unfamiliar to me.
Go to do, go! Keep spinning to do! Keep spinning! Don't stop! Nice. Threes.
I must keep aiming higher.
Jesus, nice.
I think I'm.
Take a look,
I won't let
MVP.
myself stop here.
I was gonna say it was gonna be Ash, but that's fine.
Gotta keep aiming higher.
Ooh, okay. Few star ranks.
Hey, a new power. All right.
Okay. When a unit's class level increases, they can gain new combat arts, magic, and abilities. These acquisitions can differ between units, even for those within the same class.
How can I best use this power?
It's prowess, backbone.
This will help everyone out.
Okay, some weapons have attributes. Such attributes come into effect when the weapon's equipped. They can have different weapon attributes. Some weapons don't always have the same attributes. So 2 defense. So we got a 1-star. Increase durability by 5. Venom Edge, Barrier Breaker. Okay, cool. Then a regular Iron Tome. Cool. Smithing Stone, Venom Stone, some food. Played the side mission, got some money, we're getting rich.
We should be safe here for the time being.
Yep.
I'm well acquainted with Professor Yuritsa, but the rest of you are this year's Blue Lions, I presume?
That's correct. But if I may, how did you come to be wearing our uniform? Also, how do you know Professor Yuritsa? Were you enrolled at the Officers Academy?
Dang, they are speeding through some
She's one
story
of
stuff, huh?
last year's students. A Black Eagle.
That would make you our senior, but what are you doing in a place like this? Well, I was just on the verge of graduation last year when I was kidnapped by the strangest people. In truth, I thought I'd never breathe fresh air again. Thank you for coming when you did. Oh, where are my manners? I'm Monica von Ox, eldest daughter of the Empire's Baron Ox.
You're also evil as shit. If you're watching this and never played Three
I
Houses,
understand.
what are you
This all
doing?
began when the knights lost sight of the bandits and you gave chase. Afterward, you entered a suspicious fortress and rescued a missing student. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I'll be sure to smooth things over for you once we're back.
Sounds good. But, why are you even here, Alois?
Because the knights sent for help after you left them behind. Did you expect anything different? Not that I'm trying to lay blame at your feet. I know you were following Professor Yuritsa's lead, so I think everyone involved can head home knowing they did just swell.
Hooray!
For as you know,
Just swell.
All swell that ends swell.
Good job, Alois. We're proud of you.
Still, I find this a rather grave turn of events. To think the same bandits who attacked our charges were behind another student's abduction.
I never said I was kidnapped by bandits.
You didn't?
We saw others in the fortress. People who were clearly not bandits. This is just a thought. But what if they were the ones truly in charge, and the bandits mere pawns?
Agreed.
There was one real piece of work. Kronya, I think, who managed to escape. I've seen all kinds of people as a mercenary, and she was definitely not your everyday bandit.
Yeah, she had magical powers.
Perhaps I should just tell you who kidnapped me, seeing as I already know.
What? Why didn't you mention this earlier?
Everyone was busy speculating, so it was difficult to cut in.
Plus, you're a dick!
What do you know, child? Out with it.
Well, the one who kidnapped me was Tomas the librarian. I'm certain of it.
Oh yeah, there was a guy named Tomas, and then he turned evil.
And how
Forgot about that.
I suppose he isn't the simple scholar you think he is.
Tomas? Impossible.
But Tomas has been at Garreg Mach even longer than I have. I don't want to believe it, but based on what you say,
I forgot about
no
this
choice
whole
but to investigate.
weird storyline.
Sir Alois.
Be on guard. If Tomas is in league with Kranya, he is dangerous.
Very well. I will quietly report the matter to Lady Rhea and leave the decision in her hands. Not a word of this to anyone. Is that clear?
Yuritsa then goes to tell Edelgard.
Now things are getting interesting. Honestly, did not see this coming. So what do you make of this Kranya?
Why Monica's
do you think
evil.
she was at the fortress?
I don't remember the full gist of it,
You
but still.
seemed preoccupied with her during the battle. She a friend of yours?
Sadly, I wouldn't know. My memory is but a shadow at this point.
You two kind of look similar, I guess.
Vanished, lost. I remember meeting you, but before that, nothing at all.
It's like Arval is Sothis all over again.
Yet,
Crazy.
the moment I saw her, I was struck with the most inexplicable feeling.
Was it of lust?
I couldn't tell you if it was revulsion or affection. It was simply pure emotion.
Arval. No.
Here I thought I
Bad
had it
Arval.
tough.
Are you worried about me? How adorable. Oh, but I do love that about you.
And so, the knights have been ordered to apprehend Tomas. As it happens, he's been absent from Garreg Mach for the last several days.
Yeah, and he then
Using
turns
this
into
opportunity to
big ugly
prepare
weird
quietly
dude.
and intend to seize him upon his return.
Hard to believe someone within the monastery was working against us.
Man, this is the first like actual mission after being a student. This was like 6 months into the game, right?
It's shocking, yes.
I feel like it's like 6 or 7 months in the
Testimony from
game
the very
when they do
person he
this.
abducted. Not to mention all the other evidence they found. No surprise they want to bring the guy in.
This could be our only chance to find out about his co-conspirators.
So who is this Tomas guy anyway? You say he works in the library?
He used to help me track down all manner of obscure books. I always thought he was just a kind old man. Tomas is the last person I picture as a murderous kidnapper.
I asked around, and it seems he's been in his current position for over 40 years. Why he'd choose to lash out at the church now is beyond me.
Maybe his feelings aren't new. There could have been troubling signs for a while that we aren't aware of.
Or the original Tomas is dead and then
Even
he's
if that's
new
true,
body double
what
sort
is
of thing.
the point of
right?
kidnapping a student?
Ransom, maybe? The kidnapped student is from an imperial house.
Or maybe he wants to tarnish the church's reputation.
Wow, look at you reasoning things out. Your new friends must be rubbing off on you.
Your Highness, did this man hire the bandits that attacked you in the mountains?
That's what I'm told, but I've yet to confirm it. There is evidence that seems to link them.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to feel a lot less safe after this.
You all are warriors. You guys can literally defeat these.
You're not
Okay,
alone.
whatever.
Rumors are flying around the monastery about who else might be a traitor.
Well, you guys are
You'd
all
think the
sick.
church would do a better job vetting the people they employ.
Rhea's like,
Maybe it's not
nah.
so easy to... Hey, do you hear that? Something's happening outside.
Are they ready at the gates?
Yes, sir. Every exit is covered.
Well, well, it sounds like Tomas has returned. I don't know why I know this, but you need to get out there, and quickly.
I think he's here. I'll be back.
Shouldn't we take a moment to... Very well. We'll be right behind you.
Arval's like, you need to go see Tomas right now.
There he is!
Hmm?
That man down there.
Lady Rhea wants to speak with you. I suggest you accept.
This doddering persona of mine will benefit me no further.
All 6 knights dead in an instant. And he turns evil! Oh no!
Familiar, right?
He's like me!
Such hubris from mere vermin. You will pay for this.
Find him!
Right! What he did was just like...
It was when I was a demon! Oh no! Crisis in
Ferdiad.
So this is chapter 3?
Upon his return to Garreg Mach, the humble Tomas shapeshifts and flees, and not even the Knights of Ceres's most concerted efforts can track down the erstwhile librarian.
Isn't he still alive?
Dimitri elects to keep an eye on events from afar.
I have so many
and not
questions.
involve himself in the disturbance. Soon, however, an urgent message arrives from Ferdiad, capital of the Kingdom of Fargus.
Yeah, and wait, this is chapter 4? Or is this chapter 3?
Well, that was
I'm very
certainly
confused.
An unexpected conclusion to the whole Tomas saga.
I mean, he's still freaking alive in
Thanks to
the
his shapeshifting
3 houses.
ability, he slipped free of the knights and escaped.
Shape-shifting.
You're starting chapter 4. Okay, gotcha.
Yes, that's what I said. Also, I know what you want to say next. His powers are just like the ones you gave me.
His powers are just like the ones you gave me. Are you in league with him, Arval? Where did these powers come from?
If I am in league with him, no one has informed me. All I have is you, my dear partner in destiny. Still, I saw what you saw. Clearly, we don't have a monopoly on shapeshifting.
Darn it, I wanted to be on the corner of the market of shapeshifting.
And now that everyone
Damn.
knows about Tomas, some of them must have connected the dots back to me. At least they've had the grace to keep it to themselves.
It's because they trust you. Hold on, someone's coming.
But they also trust Tomas, and Tomas is evil, so... The first chapter is actually called Chapter 0.
There you
Damn.
are.
Something wrong?
No, I simply wanted to check in after the unsettling events of the other day.
I
I feel a
kind of
little
try not to
uneasy.
dwell on stuff like that, but I admit I'm having more trouble shrugging this off than usual. It's gonna make my life a lot harder if my powers end up being evil.
Perhaps. And yet... How do I put this? Power is neutral. The good or evil of it comes from the one who wields it.
True.
For example, I possess extreme strength, and have always believed this gift was bestowed upon me so that I might protect others.
He's Superman!
You used your power to save us, which means it cannot possibly be evil.
Didn't mean to fish for sympathy there, but, well, thanks.
What the hell? Just happened. My keyboard and my mouse just shut off briefly.
My
That was
apologies
weird.
if I overstepped.
I've been looking all over for you, Prince Dimitri. Her Grace the Archbishop is asking for you. She requests that you come to the audience chamber immediately. Duke Fraldarius has arrived for a visit.
Hey, it's Rodrigue.
I'm on my way. Let us continue this discussion later.
So hold on. So chapter 4, like when we get to that point, since apparently a lot of stuff happens after there, that's probably when there's a time skip or something.
I've only just heard the news, so I'm a bit hazy on the finer points. But it seems my uncle has seized control of the capital and declared war on House Fraldarius.
Oh
All
shit.
signs point to him wanting to stamp the line out entirely.
Well, we gotta stop
That's
him.
Felix's family, right?
We gotta
They're one of the
save-
kingdom's leading houses. What does the royal family gain from eliminating them?
Oh, is it
I wager
Arndel?
It has to do with House Fraldarius supporting my claim to the throne.
The bigger question is why the Grand Duke chose to launch an offensive now of all times.
Whatever the reason, he must have decided to act before His Highness's coronation could take place.
My uncle claims House Fraldarius is attempting to install me as their puppet. As such, He issued a written appeal to the Western Lords to help him rescue me from the Duke's foul clutches, as he puts it.
In what cruel world would our noble house take the reins of a boor like you?
Don't ask me, it's his pretext.
So what exactly is going on in the capital? You said it's been seized.
Oh dear. I do hope nobody there has been met with foul play.
He's in no position to engage such a move until I've been removed from the situation.
I say the regent should be dealt with. I haven't heard one good thing about his leadership.
Let's go fuck him
I
up.
have no intention of becoming a pawn in this game. All the same, I must return to Fargus at once. Didu, you will accompany me.
As you wish, Your Highness.
Felix, I'm sure your father will contact you soon. For now, just wait for Rodrigue to weigh in.
Ash?
Sorry, it's just that Lenato used to be in the Grand
Oh, is
Duke's
Lenato
service,
gonna die?
So...
Lenato's gonna die again? Yeah, Felix really does.
Question he'll be swayed to my uncle's side. Truth be told, we're not sure where anyone's allegiances lie at this point. So let's not hasten to conclusions, any of us. We must all keep level heads.
True. Is Lenato gonna die
I
again?
told you are sending the knights to help us, Lady Rhea. I do not wish to sound ungrateful, but are you sure you want to do that?
The Church of
Are you
Souls
sure about
cannot
this?
overlook this grievance.
Regrettably, many of our knights were dispatched elsewhere several days ago on another matter. However, while we may lack numbers, we have put together a unit of considerable skill. It will be captained by someone near and dear to you, in fact. Someone well suited to a mission within the kingdom.
Is it me?
Someone near to... Ah, of course. That is encouraging.
Since its very inception, we have watched over the kingdom of
It's
Fargus
me!
as one would their own child. When its peace is threatened, the Church has no choice but to act.
I have not forgotten your outpouring of aid after my father's passing 4 years ago.
That's some sort of tragedy, I believe. Tragedy of Dusker?
I swear to repay that kindness in full.
One other thing. A suggestion, if you will, from the Church.
Yes, evil lady. I still believe Rhea is evil. I still believe it to this day. You cannot convince me otherwise.
So she wants all of us to go with you?
Yes. This time, the Knights of Seros will be accompanying us, in addition to Professor Yuritsa.
Hooray, Yuritsa!
I certainly don't mind. But Annie and Ash, what about you?
You know I'm always behind you. But considering what it means for my uncle, I don't know. House Dominic's lands are surrounded by other houses that are likely to support Rufus's claim. If I join you, it could sour my family's relations with our neighbors.
I'll go. I mean, of course I don't want to get Lenato into any trouble, but I also know he'd want me to do what I think is right.
Oh shit, actually Lenato dies before we rescue Monica in Three Houses, right? I think Monica gets saved after Lenato dies, so it's nice that Lenato's still alive in this
To
timeline.
place such a difficult decision on your shoulders, Ash. And what of you?
I'm
Yes.
in. The more time I spend here at the academy, the more I miss actual fighting.
I'm a beast.
Besides,
I'm a
I want to
bore.
use my powers to help. After all, the good or evil of a thing comes from the person wielding it. Am I right?
Indeed it does. You have my thanks.
There you go again, throwing yourself headlong into the first conflict you find. No wonder I have to keep stepping in to guide you. Still, we basically have no choice, so run wild, I guess.
I'll inform you of the details soon. Please ensure you're prepared by then.
Yeah, we'll be fine. 1180. Temporarily parted ways with the Nets. For now, I guess I should see what the others are up to. Time to talk to everybody!
Have you need of me?
Hi, 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 hi! Don't care. Hi!
What's going on?
Hi! 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 Don't care. Hi!
Hey, you.
Hi! Thunder Catherine? Oh, shit. Thunder Catherine's not here. What? Yep, he did try to. So many assassinations. Wizard letter. I had a business meeting coming up in Ferdia, but that's been canceled. It's hardly the time for that now. I'm sure you remember that the king went to meet with the leaders of Dusker, yes? Well, they were beset by attackers from Dusker on their way there. All were killed. Only the young prince made it. Someone marshaled an army and sent soldiers to raise Duskur immediately. In the meantime, Ferdiad is all in the chaos without a king. Duskur really made a mistake here. They're all going to be punished for the actions of a few extremists. Still, considering what they did, maybe they deserve it. Suppose that means we can no longer trade with Duskur. Shame, there's gold to be mined near Gwenhervar. And the blacksmiths are exceptional. No matter what, don't do anything until I return. Guess that's what that was. Why does it look like I haven't running with the It's Gilbert!
Indeed.
It's Gilbert or Gustav. It's Gilbert or Gustav. It's Gilbert or Gustav. Gustav or Gilbert. Our boy. Hello. Dimitri is scary.
What are your
What do you
thoughts?
want? Ooh, Abyss! Oh shit, Abyss! Abyss! Try to hear him. Yeah, we gotta fight with your family.
I implore you.
Yeah, we'll continue with preparation. Sorry. Oh.
So listen.
Doofus has been a sharp one. So wait, when does Abyss show up in all this? Like, is that a thing that I can do? Let me tell you about Duskur. Crazy. Rodrigue! You're alive!
So basically...
Would it bother you?
I'm strong as fuck. Go, 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 Gilbert.
Let's see.
Yeah, Annette must have some reason for not going along. Because of her father or something, or uncle, what have you. Someone's important.
Got a minute?
Yeah, the death of the previous king, that's terrible. Crazy.
Well,
Leonardo will be fine. Praise Lord Leonardo.
Let's give it a go.
And Ash wants to be a knight. Where is Abyss?
Oh, that's right.
You sent out to the Imperial capital. Most of the Knights of Saros have some business to get them to join the mission. Wonder what everyone's doing. No idea. Sylvain and Felix.
Got a second?
Dad's getting worried. Felix, you don't like your dad, and then when you grow up, you'll love your dad.
Not good.
Cheer him up. I need to get some rest. Dimitri!
You have my thanks.
Yeah, I'll rest. Fine. I'll rest.
The Duke has stamped out most of the troops who invaded Fraldarius. As things stand, a clash on royal soil and eventually within the capital is inevitable.
Sir, who are you?
As you are the only blood kin I have, my lord, I pray we might find a way to resolve this conflict peacefully. Bah, what rubbish.
No, it's Rufus.
He sings of conciliation, but I know a threat when I read it.
Shouldn't you take better care of a letter from your dear nephew, my lord?
This woman.
He's not expecting a reply. The creature means to slay me.
You know, seeing Cornelia, now everything makes sense as to why people said I should probably wait to play this game.
Prince Dimitri runs deeper than I thought. You shouldn't have missed your chance 4 years ago in Duskur, or 2 years ago during the suppression of the rebellion.
Evil
That's
busty
twice
witch.
you failed to kill him.
I've learned my lesson. A lion's cub is still a lion, and one cannot slay a lion with a clumsy scheme. It's those monstrous eyes, Cornelia. They terrify me. The boy is a vicious animal, yet he attempts to feign actual grief that we can't find common ground. The aberrance of it shakes me to my core.
I understand completely.
Every night since I killed my brother, I dream a lion is ripping out my throat.
You'll run yourself ragged if you live your days in fear of revenge. You were meant to rule Fargus, and you have the power to make it so. Your royal army is the finest in the realm, and if I may be so bold, you also have me. Put your worries to rest, my king. Sleep deeply and without fear.
I'm so utterly tired. Tired of being afraid. Tired of what I've become. of it.
Did we hear about Rufus
I
and
see.
him?
And how much longer
Confused.
until Tullus gives the word?
I know only that something is amiss in the Imperial capital.
Curse it all! I am not waiting 1,000 years for that doddering old fool to act. Rally the Western lords and their troops, and be quick about it. Have them make ready to intercept that whelp.
As you command, Cleobulus.
Cleobulus? Didn't know that was her name. Oh, she's part of the evil
Our
squad.
scouts. The enemy has
Damn.
positioned their troops on the capital streets.
Hi, Gilbert. Nice
so
to
they
see
can
you
use
back.
the townsfolk as shields when we take the fight to them. With vulgar tactics.
Well, now that we know their strategy, our next move will be critical. A victory stained with the people's blood achieves nothing. We'll need to move our forces swiftly, but with caution.
So it's interesting. This is an alternate timeline, but we get to learn lore that has happened throughout the Three Houses games through this.
Sadir,
Or game through
Has
this.
there been a reply from my uncle?
Nothing of yet.
I thought not.
Your Highness, will you truly be able to strike Rufus down when the time comes?
I will do what is required of me.
Preparations are complete, Your Highness.
The people are waiting for you, Dimitri. Let's not keep them any longer.
No, we'd best not.
You're our commander, but you look like you're heading for a funeral. Could you maybe try not being so insufferable?
Apologies for my demeanor. I've more than a few things on my mind. But very well. Let's begin our final war council.
And everyone's gone.
Not keen on fighting your own blood?
Sadly, I saw this fight coming long ago.
Then what's the problem?
Now that I've brought the fight to the streets of the capital, I wonder if my actions are right.
You'll be
Most of
fine.
the people here favor keeping the royal line of succession. That's because my father and the kings before him maintained peace inside these walls. But ever since my uncle seized power, the people have been forced to endure his licentious reign. Did you know they asked me to assume the throne before my time at the academy? They said only a true king could undo Rufus's misrule.
And you're a fine king in an alternate timeline. Don't worry about it.
Because it would have divided the kingdom, just as it's doing now. Yet had I supported my uncle's claim, it would have been open rebellion. And the only way to prevent such a rebellion is to invade the capital and kill the regent. In other words, I cannot restore my grandfather's peace without first breaking it.
In that case, there's no reason to hesitate. You know fighting is the only answer here. You just have to accept it.
My apologies. I have a bad habit of agonizing over such things. And as all of you have come this far to help me, the least I can do is make an attempt at optimism.
Be optimistic, buddy. Alright, let's see what we got. Defeat Rufus, 4, 8, 12, 16, 17 strongholds to capture. We got 4 units, a lot of different outposts. Looks like it's different enemies stationed, and there is a key in the middle left outpost. Leads to a chest. We do have Ash, which is good, though. Hopefully we can start changing some people around. Just what choose to deploy. So let's take a look at some of the advantages. Reluvia is going to be doing good. We can change units to everyone else now, but we can't do a net because a net is a net. Let me see. Let's take a look here. Sylvain. Sylvain uses a lance, right? Does. Okay. Lance is going to be pretty powerful, and these two together would be pretty good. Oh, you are all down here too. Wait, can we use everybody? Wait, what's this? Why is this square? I want to keep Ash. Ingrid also uses a lance, right? Ingrid and Ash, maybe? I would like to use Felix, but I feel like circle means they're playable, square means they're on the field but not playable. Got it. If they're on the field but not playable, could I add them as an adjutant? Is that a possibility? Or is it only the circle people? Excuse me. Triangle. That's cool. Sorry. No, it's a diamond. It's a diamond. So they're close. So can I interact with the diamond people and have them as adjutants? Because if that's the case, yes, you can still adjutant them. Oh, then that's pretty simple then. So wait a second. Felix. Nah, you're good. Once we get to like chapter 4 and get to that stuff, I'll probably end off the stream because I gotta go to store real fast. Yeah. So hold on, just double check. Oh wait, no, we want Sylvain to be here, and then we do Dimitri and Mercedes. Okay. There we go. That's how I want to do this. Convoy. Oh yeah, I did get a new weapon, didn't we? Merluvia, you can use weapon. Yeah. I want to grab the Venom Edge. You also get the Leather Shield. No battalions, everything else. Oh my gosh, you know a whole bunch of other stuff. We'll worry about that all later. I'm probably gonna like check all this stuff later, but yeah. Save. Alright. So
as we feared, the soldiers are using the townsfolk as shields. What cowards!
And our first priority is to secure the people's safety. My uncle. Wait. We'll start by eliminating guards on the capital perimeter.
Sylvain. Okay, so Sylvain, go over here to seize. Now where's Mercedes? Mercedes. Okay. No worries, take it easy, Jigsaw. I'm gonna have you switch over here. Ash. I think I said Ash and Felix?
Let's go. I'll do it.
Yes.
Take a breather. I'll handle this.
And then wait, where's hold on, where's our other buddy? I'm missing somebody. Where is our other missing buddy? What to do?
Together.
There we go.
Understood.
Alright, cool. So
Begin the operation. Our orders are
go over there. Ash, I'm actually gonna have you go over here. And we'll be
take a breather.
Olivia.
We almost broke a sweat there. Next.
We just gotta make sure that Sylvain's always with Merluvia.
Let us take this stronghold.
So. Poison. Sorry, buddy. Not gonna work.
Allow me.
Let's go Wing Grid. Nice magic, sure.
Perimeter is secure.
Leave this to me.
We should be easier.
I'll do my best. Let's.
Now that we know our backs are safe, open the gates and seize the town, but ensure no harm comes to the people.
That's fine. Rampart doors are opening.
Ferdiad is large. We should divide and conquer.
Hey, are the front gates still closed off? We should probably open them up so we can get reinforcements in here, yeah?
A fine idea. And if things go awry, we might need another way out.
Seize the stronghold. Okay. Sweet.
Begin the operation. Our
You move over
orders are clear.
here.
Not a problem.
Merluvia, stay right there.
Do my best.
Ash, I'm gonna have you go over here.
He's a bad one. Clearly that apple did not fall far from the tree.
To think they would involve innocent people. We must end this battle as soon as we can.
That's the goal, Mercedes. We'll be fine.
This stronghold will fall.
Play as Dimitri for right now.
Right there. Let us take this stronghold.
I'll do my best.
Take a breathe.
I'm gonna try switching to Sylvain while we're here. Oh, I can't. He's just with us. So diamonds can't be switched to. But they at least can help us in various cases. Got it.
Not a problem. Move out. Allow me.
Let's do this.
This is just going very, very well. Ice magic. This is going fantastic.
Begin the operation.
Is this really the best the officers of Ether can offer? Disappointing.
Myrmidon's going down. Another Myrmidon. Ash is doing great. Man, this is cool that you like being able to switch to everyone so fluidly, and like everyone is actually really fun to play as. Like that was something I was worried about, is that there might be some people who just weren't super enjoyable to play as.
I'll do my best.
But everything's going pretty well, all things considered.
You like that?
Ingrid's not doing too hot though right now, but she'll be okay in a moment. I'm getting flashbacks to the other Fire Emblem Warriors game. So this is fun. Okay, Ingrid is in trouble.
Let's move. I'll
Let's
do my
move
best.
for there.
I'll back them up.
Nope.
I'll do my best. I'm a little
See
nervous about this.
Move out. Not a. I've got.
I've awaited this moment.
I'll handle this.
That's what I figured. You're not fit to take that, so we're gonna move you over here. Fighter is not right, so Dimitri, I'm gonna need you to stick over here.
Let's take it for ourselves.
Gilbert's destroying Myrmidon. Also, I'm noticing there's like different achievements and such that's happening.
Sorry, Your Highness. Stole your thunder there.
Open the main gate to the castle town. Sweet. So we got some people coming in.
Your Highness, you're all right. Some nights we should have never do what I must.
Ow.
Not blame yourselves. However, you seek to make amends. Lend me your strength and help me reclaim the capital.
The soldiers are helping the kingdom army. Man, this entire place is blocked off. And there's like no way to get in. Let's see if I can guard there.
Begin the operation.
So we can go here.
My turn.
Gonna go on the far outskirts, see if we can just start taking care of some other people. How much enemies? 1,200. Okay. Sup, buddy? This ain't gonna be ending well for you.
You're wide open.
Firecaster. Oh, this poor brawler. He's trying so hard. It's not working. It's not working.
I'll handle this.
Okay. This stronghold captain over here is not ideal.
We will proceed as planned. I will move to a city.
I need Ash. Ow.
I'll show you what I can do.
That's right, get screwed up by the wind. Nice.
Forgive me, my lord. I see our enemy is somewhat competent. Deal with this Viscount Kleiman.
Viscount Kleiman.
Worry not, Cornelia. We will save Prince Dimitri from that vile puppeteer who controls him.
Aren't you guys the puppets? Oh fuck. Ooh, okay. Interesting.
Our orders
You
are
guys can
clear. Not a problem.
If we go over there.
We will proceed as planned.
Dimitri actually can take care of them over here. Defeat Viscount Kleiman!
Before we're boxed in. I suggest we again divide our soldiers to deal with the multiple threats, Your Highness.
Man, somebody's slamming doors outside my room. Dash is hella strong right now.
I'll do my best. I'm a little...
My turn?
Allow me.
Maybe,
Not a problem.
I'm gonna just keep Merluvia right there. All things considered. Some brawlers coming in. Oh, this ain't looking good for the brawlers. And everyone's.
This is just sad. Can we please hurry and get this battle over with?
How are we looking right now? Pretty good. This is actually going spectacular right now. They're just frozen in place. I love it. Let's see if we can grab this stronghold then real quick. It's a farm? I also just don't find myself using the class skills at all. But I mean, like, they could be good. There you go. Farm's been gotten. Viscount Kleiman. Let's go. Oh, Dimitri kicking butt.
Thank the goddess we were able to keep the people out of harm's way.
Seize this moment.
Man, everyone's taking damage, but this is going great. Let's go Dimitri with the level. Dimitri with the level. Setta's with the level.
Please, Your Highness, you must see reason. We're only doing our duty.
Take it into custody. I have a lot of questions again.
At once, Your Highness.
will proceed as planned. We must.
You go down there.
I'll do my best.
Ash, I'm gonna need you to grab that chest.
The town should be safe for the time being. Let's press on to the castle.
How do we breach the castle with the drawbridges up?
These people are hopelessly outnumbered. Unleash our units from the strongholds and crush them all.
The Grand Douchey Army.
There are controls by the castle gates that lower the drawbridges. You can do so from within the strongholds.
Your
Use the
Highness,
controls.
The troops that escaped the castle have taken up position in the surrounding strongholds.
That won't do. We must retake them at once and ensure the town is safe for good.
And seize all the strongholds. Okay. So you'll take that. Where is...
Begin the
Okay.
operation.
Ingrid can take
Our orders
them.
are clear.
Olivia... Okay,
Not a
Olivia's
problem. I've got
Olivia's good.
Give us the honor of joining you in battle.
Nice. Where is this chest? There it is.
Let us crush their defenses.
Okay. What is this? Is this a seal? Let's go. We got a seal. Oh, hold on. I got a message. Shit.
Take a breather. Let us take this stronghold.
You like that?
Oh, ow.
Lend me your
Let's go,
aid.
team.
Let us begin.
Leave this to me. This ends here.
Nice.
I think I've grown.
Wow, we can actually just go through here, huh?
Begin the Our orders are.
I shall take the lead.
We're gonna hear begin the operation so much, huh? She sounds very robotic when she says that.
This stronghold will fall.
I won't lose.
We will proceed
It's
as planned.
done.
We must.
Here I go.
Ash needs to go. I gotta be right back real fast. Sorry. Be right back. You guys just will stare at the screen. Man, people are upset for very little reason around here. I apologize for that. What am I doing? Am I Ash? Right.
I'm a little nervous about this.
Begin the operation.
My turn.
It's weird when everyone's upset in this house for very, very little reason. But I mean, it's taken care of right now, which is good, but damn. Man, they have the same. So I guess the warrior ability is attributed to the class, not the person. Got it.
Here we go.
That poor lady. She was up in the air for so long. Cool. Sylvain with the level. Sees all the strongholds.
That's the last of the strongholds. Things should be much quieter.
Ooh, things are.
Handle this.
We are almost out of time on this one. Okay.
I suppose.
He's captain. This is really rough. See the strongholds to disable the controls. Ash, I'm gonna need you to go over here.
We will proceed as planned.
Dimitri needs to go over there.
Not a problem.
Olivia here.
And of course, the main entrance is blocked. We need to find another way in.
Is one.
Boom, got it.
Begin the operation. Well
I've
done.
awaited this moment.
Now to lower the drawbridge.
Ash. Ash can take this one out.
Let's take it for ourselves.
Do I need to go over to the controls to like do anything with it? Probably. That's why.
Begin the
Yo.
operation. Oh.
This might end very bad. Fuck. That's the wrong button. Don't worry about what just happened. Definitely just press the wrong button.
I've got you now.
Don't think you do, Ash.
Where are the controls?
Take a breather.
The western drawbridge is lowered.
Good. Now, if we lower the other drawbridge, we'll be able to attack the enemy from both sides.
Clearly underestimated the royal wealth. Time for someone to put him in his place.
Alright, so I think I need to just rush. Oh shit, I'm gonna need to rush.
Now that we have access to both the east and west bridges, it's time to breach the capital, corner the traitors, and strike them down.
It's Cornelia.
My, this is your lucky day. I've decided that you deserve my personal attention.
Is it Cornelia and Rufus? Yeah.
Ah, fate. You truly are whimsical. Will today mark my death or his? Either way, this farce will finally come to a close.
Cornelia appeared. And Cornelia. Well, I don't think I'm gonna be S ranking this, but I'll do that. I'll S rank stuff later. So now they have to go all the way around. Makes sense. Okay. Cornelia. Oh my gosh, she's outside.
Not a problem. I've got this. Begin the operation.
You need to go
Our orders are
over
clear.
there.
We will proceed as planned. We must.
I'll do my best.
I think I'll just play as Ash.
Shall take the lead.
Nope, Ash. Yeah, we're not gonna be S ranking this time-wise, but I can go back and do it again. Because once you know how to do the mission, it makes it a lot easier. And the team be strong. They be hella strong.
I'm stronger.
Run! All the soldiers are spinning in circles. Kind of funny. Yeah, no, the fact is that this mission isn't hard. I just kind of really screwed up the first part of it. Also, the maps are huge. I actually really love the fact that the maps are gigantic in this.
I'll do what I must.
The guy gonna be hit? I kind of got hit. Other two are still running over. Base captain's getting destroyed. Ash is doing great.
Oh, why the long faces? Does our hospitality displease you so? Oh my, what a fascinating power you possess.
Sure is. But if you think I need it to beat you, think again.
So, it's come to this at last. Well done.
Alright, boss boy.
If you want my head, then come claim it.
I intend to, Uncle.
Reinforcements.
We will defend our leads to the last.
Household Darius has endured the most ludicrous of accusations because of you.
And yet, they're all true. Just see how you use that monster in an attempt to seize that throne.
My turn. My turn. My turn.
What are you waiting for, monster? Kill me. Avenge your father.
Find that man and take him away. I have long hoped for a day we might finally see eye to eye.
Oh, you poor dears. I've never seen so many deluded fools in one place. Now that's more like it. It wouldn't feel like a real fight if I simply tore you limb from limb right out of the gate.
Good shit. That was good.
We can break her.
We did fantastic. Like, we demolished her.
Your Highness,
Damn.
we are moving Rufus to a cell and preparing him for questioning.
Good, thank you. I will join you shortly. Raise your voices with me, friends. You fought hard this day, and now victory is ours.
Nice. Didn't get the S rank because I was too slow, but that's fine.
Gotta keep.
Good stuff. Ash leveled up. Felix leveled up. And not everyone leveled up. Interesting.
I won't let myself stop here.
Yeah, that checks out. Ooh, leveled up some of our skills. Dimitri's mastered. Ash is mastered.
I've grasped new strength.
How can I best use this power?
This will help everyone out.
No, this is not my peak.
Venom Bow, Iron Axe, Iron Bow. Wow. Some pretty strong stuff we got. Just Awakening, Barrier Breaker. Man, there's a lot of stuff that we can get. 3 intermediate seals. So seals are still used to change classes. Good to know. Got quite a bit of money. So let's see what we're at.
Something you feel like saying?
No.
All traitors get put to the sword.
Goodbye to
It's
Rufus.
his duty as king.
Final words?
None for you. But tell me something, boy. Does it trouble you to slay your own kin? What a surprise. I did not think you capable of sympathy, craven monster that you are.
Yes. But either way, I do what I must.
Well, to perish by your hand, it is a fate that I much deserve.
Decapitated. Decapitation.
Which leaves the Lords Elidor, Mateus, and Kleiman. We believe they, as well as many powerful Western lords, were accomplices in the assassination of the late king.
No shit.
Along with the Grand Duke, they seem to have received large sums of money and supplies from the imperial nobility.
Who are you?
Taking this to be recompense for the assassination in Duscar, we investigated the link further. In 1171, the mage Cornelia arranged for a certain powerful imperial family to come to the kingdom.
That's the year when my step-uncle, Lord Arundel, brought Edelgard here in exile.
Correct. We think Lord Arundel and his followers were behind the matter. They have deep ties to the imperial household.
As I suspected.
Oh, it's...
You're a clever man, Margrave Gautier. Well done.
Damn, it's Sylvain's dad?
If we continue wringing information out of them at
Cool.
this pace, we'll soon have a clear picture of what transpired.
My uncle's attendants must also confess to the slaughter in Duscar. But now that things have come this far, we can't expect the Western Lords to stay silent. We need a way to keep them far from power.
Oh, there are always ways, provided you're willing to keep all your options open.
Yes, I suppose so. Let us speak more of this later. For now, spread word of what you have found to every palace and pub in the land. That should help keep the lords in check.
Is that wise, Your Highness? If we announce that Rufus was involved in the tragedy of Duscar...
I will not feed my
Poor
people
Dedue.
half-truths. They deserve to know.
I've always admired that candor, Your Highness. Yet such news is sure to create a degree of unrest in the kingdom.
So you suggest we bury the truth? Should it somehow come to light, the people's faith in me will be forever shaken. If the kingdom is ever to part ways with our bloody past, this is the path we must walk.
Damn.
Fine words, though I doubt they'll appease the people of Duscar, nor the rest of Fargus, many of whom will not be so quick to forgive.
Ha! We thought you might say as much, which is why His Highness and I have devised a solution.
I'm just so glad Rodrigue's still alive in this timeline.
Resign
It's
the
just
title of
nice.
Duke and pass it to my heir.
Felix!
Rodrigue. One person with wild ideas is already one too many.
It's not wild at all, Matthias. Someone must bear responsibility for what happened in Duscar. People will naturally seek to point the finger at His Highness, and we need him unsullied if he is to lead. Someone has to get down in the mud and bear
True,
the slings
very
and
true,
arrows
Sage.
for him. Who better for such a task than me?
Rodrigue will abandon his title and work with Dedue to restore harmony between our people. I'm not asking him to take his life. Rather, he offered to spend it to set things to rights.
In that case, we've only to deal with the issue of the throne. I believe we should move forward with your coronation straight away.
I agree. My time at the Officers' Academy was a
Damn, that was
valuable experience,
quick.
But I belong here now.
Damn.
Obviously, Felix won't be able to return either.
Poor Garrick
Have
Mach.
him come to me later, so I can deliver the news and an apology.
I've already had a word and told him what must be done. You've no need to apologize.
Yes, I have. As for you, Gustav, you'll also be staying here in the kingdom.
But I abandoned my homeland. There can be no place for me in Fargus.
Of course there is, Gustav. We've been here.
Place for you. I need your help. Lady Rhea will understand.
It would be my great honor, Your Highness.
Send word to the church and the lords. Count Galatea will be in charge of contacting the south. Now, there's another topic I'd like to discuss. I wish to reorganize my army. Since I have you all assembled, I'd like to hear your suggestions.
Damn, things are moving
You're
fast.
still working, Dimitri? Have you even slept since the battle?
Never mind that. There's a favor I've been meaning to ask of you. It won't happen right away, but I'm considering the formation of a new private army. I need someone to captain them, and I was hoping it might be you.
Hell yeah.
And what does the leader of the kingdom
Badass.
need with a private army?
I fear my uncle may have rubbed off on too many of my knights. I'm not saying they're all bad, but it's clear as day that bribery ran rampant. To rectify the matter, I'm looking into a complete reorganization of the army.
Damn.
This next several years will be an age of civil war, and I want to be surrounded with the best and most loyal soldiers I can find.
Well, that does sound interesting. Still, I'm just a regular old grunt. Why put me in charge?
Because this will be an army of commoners, not knights and nobles.
Hell yeah, the common people!
Is far more likely to earn their trust than some stuffy noble who's never known a day of hardship.
Also true.
Please, allow me to be clear. This is not an order. If you'd rather return to the academy, you're free to do so.
Are you kidding? I'm in. Thank you, Dimitri.
Damn. We doing great.
Having put down Rufus's revolt and ended his uncle's life, Dimitri draws closer to the truth regarding the tragedy of Duscur, and also begins the process of ascending the throne. All the while, the Adrestian Empire deals with a fierce power struggle in its capital, Enbar, while the Leicester Alliance finds themselves pitted against an invading Almiran horde.
Damn. Okay, so that's what happens in the other paths, I guess.
Realizing the troubles of Fodlan will fall squarely on her young students' shoulders, Archbishop Rhea closes the Officers' Academy and permits her charges to return home.
Prologue? Alright, that's it. So that's the end of the prologue, and that kicks us into, what, a year and a half later, I think is what the trailer said? Azure Gleam
to war. It is the end of 1181.
Oh, 2 years.
2 years have passed since the Officers' Academy closed its doors. After ascending the throne,
Yo, Dimitri's got both eyes. Let's go.
Peace to the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. With Edelgard ruling as the Emperor of Adrestian,
Oh, I like Edelgard's new look.
Claude leading the Leicester Alliance.
Claude doesn't look like he changed a bit.
While schoolmates strike out as the next generation of leaders. A new era is dawning in Fodlan, and much teeters at the brink of great change. The first tremors of a major upheaval rock the land as Edelgard declares war on the Central Church.
God damn it, Edelgard, not again. We literally just went through this. Like, can we stop? Like, do we have to?
Pardon my lateness, Your Majesty.
Yo, Felix looking clean.
You needn't worry, Felix. I know your duties are many.
Same with Dimitri.
Though I'm afraid we could not wait for you to begin the discussion.
This is about the Empire's declaration of war against the Central Church, yes?
Indeed. As you're aware, we have already begun accepting refugees from Garreg Mach. But a few days ago, I received a confidential request from Seteth, asking us to protect the higher-ranking members of the Church, including Lady Rhea herself.
Look at the dude in the background. Look at this man. He's got.
Of course, we don't meet this eventuality where Garreg Mach to fall. As it stands,
The dude is looking
we find
great.
ourselves quite literally stuck between the Empire and the Church. I'm not sure how much longer we can remain neutral.
If I might, Your Majesty, troubling as it may be, I believe it prudent for us to reject this proposal from the Church outright. Offering them shelter will only serve to provoke an invasion from the Empire.
You sound evil.
This
Get
matter
out of
of
here.
the Southern Church concerns me as well, but I believe we have more important matters to be fussing over at the moment.
Your counsel is much appreciated, Viscount Elidor, but I assure you, things are not as cut and dry as you make them out to be. The mandate granted to the King of Fargus and all the lords who serve under him is given legitimacy only by the grace of the Church. Are we to renounce the very heart of this kingdom simply because we shudder at the thought of invasion?
Damn.
War will always come at one point or another, and some degree of suffering is purely inevitable. You know this as well as I, Viscount.
You dare speak of suffering, do you? When the blaze of war will not scorch your lands in the north as it does ours?
I would normally agree that those of us from the Northern Territory should hold less sway in this discussion. But if Garrick Mach were to fall, the war front would not halt in the west. Your Majesty, what of House Rowe or Galatea? Or the others in the south?
Man, Felix also is being like very cordial right now.
Not a word
This is
from
weird.
Count Rowe as it stands. But I did receive a missive from Count Galatea. It read, "My people are not fools enough to rejoice in the surrender of their territories to invaders. There is no morality in turning our backs on the institution at the very foundation of our lives. We must support the Church as they have supported us."
Your Majesty, we owe a great debt to the Central Church for their role in quelling the uprising 2 years ago. To not repay such generosity in kind would risk weakening the trust of your vassals.
True.
And if that happens, we might find ourselves right back in the same mess as before. They lack the crest of Byleth, but there's no small number of nobles who might crawl out of the woodwork claiming royal blood. The kingdom's already seen the turmoil and division such claimants can bring after the death of King Klaus.
But Duke Fraldarius, surely we are better served attempting to head off the very real and imminent war at hand, instead of debating hypothetical unrest.
Man, Viscount,
I don't want
you're a
my people
coward.
to suffer the pain of conflict. But does anyone here really think the Empire will simply stop if we appease their every demand? Suppose we do let the Empire take the
Is that
Archbishop,
Sylvain?
and suppose we accept this new Southern Church.
Is that Sylvain?
I imagine the Empire plans to install the Bishop of the Southern Church, Count Varley, in Lady Rhea's place. I fear I've heard nothing good concerning either the man himself or his teachings. They purport to be an arm of the Church of Seros, but the Southern Church is nothing more than a mouthpiece for the Empire at large.
In other words, rejecting the Central Church in favor of this new Southern one would be no different from flat-out accepting imperial rule. It's hard to say just how they would treat our kingdom were such events to unfold, though I imagine it would involve heavy taxation for the express purpose of bleeding Fargus dry and filling the imperial coffers.
Do you have something to add, Duke Fraldarius?
Not really, no. I was just wondering how long we were planning to continue this tedious charade. The question's simple. Do we hand over our kingdom and subject ourselves to imperial rule or not?
The answer is
I
no.
believe the Margrave has been quite clear as to what will happen if we give in to the Empire's demands.
I love Sylvain's new look.
We've all
I
been
love it so
informed of
much.
the rapid reformation their region has undergone. Many aspects of which I admire, I'm not ashamed to say. But an old, stubborn land like ours isn't suited for such tempestuous change. Radical new freedoms are not what the people of Fargus need right now. They need stability, steady improvement in their daily lives, and real, lasting change can only come from a solid foundation.
Sounds like your Majesty has made up his mind then. Just say the word and we'll leap into action.
The Holy Kingdom of Fargus will hereby offer asylum to the Church of Seros. Everyone, sharpen your blades and prepare for the battles ahead. Gustav, Dedu, make to ride at once. Our intentions must be made clear, not only to the Church and the Empire, but to Count Rowe as well, and all the other lords who failed to answer my summons.
Understood, Your Majesty.
Oh, he's The boar's coming out. The boar be coming out a little bit, just a little bit.
Did you hear? Sounds like we're gonna be going to war with the Empire.
Hey, it looks like I didn't age a bit.
Yeah, I'm aware.
I still got my
Ever since
sexy
His Majesty ascended the
clothes.
throne, we've been fighting battle after battle through every corner of Fargus. But I never thought we'd be going toe-to-toe with the actual Empire. I'd be nervous if it even felt real.
Don't worry. It'll start feeling very real very quick once the sword starts swinging.
You know, that might be the single worst attempt at motivational speaking I've ever heard.
I'm the
Not that
greatest.
I'm much surprised at this point.
Fuck off, Arval.
I can't help but wonder, though. What happens to Fargus now? I feel like things have been steadily improving lately. But not everyone favors His Majesty as I do.
Yeah, I hear the grumbles too. But there's not a ruler in the world who doesn't have their fair share of critics, right? All I know is, we wouldn't be where we are now if not for him. I mean, look at me. Saddled with some mysterious power we don't know anything about, and he still chose to put his faith in me. It's only right I return the favor in kind. Oh, and speak of the devil.
Am I interrupting something?
No, of course not. Please, allow me to take my leave. Your Majesty, Commander.
Goodbye!
So, you heard all that, huh?
More or less. I apologize for the interruption, but there's an urgent matter at hand.
Anything I can do to help?
There is. As you know, we've offered asylum to the Central Church in their efforts to flee the Empire. As such, we are to escort the Archbishop herself to the royal capital at once.
Okay, that checks out.
I expect heavy pursuit from the Imperial forces, so I am assembling a team of those I trust most to assist in the mission. Of course, I'll be leading my own regiment into battle, but I was wondering if you'd be willing to accompany me.
Hell
Is
yeah!
that it? I'd be glad to. How are things looking at Garrick Mach while we're on the subject?
Grim. Neither the Knights of Seros nor the monastery ramparts are capable of holding off the Empire's massive military might. I dare say we have precious little time to waste. Prepare to deploy at once.
Good. Oh, it's the letter! The letter that we read! Yeah! Wait. Aegis Shield owner? Luine owner? Why do I own all of these artifacts? Why do I own all of this stuff? Hello? Yeah, I suppose it said things are totally different compared to all the small-time outfits you used to run with. In my own space, so I can get back and keep all my stuff in order. Expect a lot from me more than your title implies, I would imagine. Personal quarters. In personal quarters, I can up there left and change appearance and view documents. I can change my appearance.
That reminds me.
Did you see how many merchants we got?
How tiresome.
Your employer is calling. Okay. Base camp. Base camp is where you prepare for battle. You can interact with allies and make use of all kinds of facilities. Let's fucking go! Oh my gosh, Rodriguez playable! Rodriguez playable! Oh! Let's go! Oh, I'm so happy! I'm so happy! Let's go! Annette's rejoined. Some units have gained new equipment. Records Hall has been unlocked. The Owl Perch. After achieving victory in certain noble battles, Mission Hour behind. Yeah, you have no idea how happy I'm to see that. Change appearance. Okay, let me see what we got. Battle appearance. So camp appearance, battle appearance. So we got academy, or rather war. Oh, okay, so you can have just default or not, and then Rodrigue is just pretty much always war. I'm sorry. So I figured. Okay. Documents, exquisite letter, which we did read. Spend renown. Purchase items. I have no items. Award is available. So camp info. So camp is similar, it looks like similar to professor level. There's 3 training points, 3 activity points. Renowned strategic resources. Okay. Convoy is our typical stuff. Needed information. We now have Rodrigue, and that looks... Well, we gotta look at everybody. Hold up. Wait. Can I get a close-up on him? Can I get a close-up? Look at the boy! Look at the boy! His hair is so neat! I love Sylvain's look. Sylvain's pretty good. Oh, Mercedes looks so clean. Annette, I feel like hasn't really changed from the other game, but that's fine. Ingrid looks so much better. Ingrid looks so much better. And then we look sexy. Sorry, I'm 10 out of 10 for us. Supports. There are... Oh, okay, so it shows how much experience we have in each of the supports. Okay. I don't see any S-rank supports. We got C and B supports. Rodrigue's got some too. Wait, what's with the dots above? Oh, dots must be that they have dialogue when you unlock it. Because in the original Fire Emblem Warriors, you could raise support with other people, but you don't actually get conversations with them. I remember that. Alright, Felix, Sylvain. Oh, wait, where's Sylvain? Oh, Sylvain's got so much more dialogue. Look at this. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited for this. There are achievements. Fuck me. Alright. So this is going to be part of 100%. Tell you what. Storehouse. Bonuses. Damn. No, where does it fit? Is that here? Just reviewing the achievements. Alright. There's a lot to do. There is a lot to do. Ooh, okay. We're gonna be ending things off here, but oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. There's gonna be so much to do. Good stuff. Good stuff indeed. The only thing I'm thinking about right now, though, is I want to know when we can get the Ashen Wolves, because Ashen Wolves, I just want Happy back. But the other thing I want to say is I'm interested to see if there's going to be similar to the first game of Fire Emblem Warriors, where like all people coincide. I'm interested to see if like the Black Eagles and the Golden Deer have like some support conversations for like maybe some post-game stuff. Not sure, but there is a lot to think about, so I'm excited. So that's actually going to be it for the streams for tonight. Tomorrow, since we finished the support logs and finished the endings for Fire Emblem Three Houses, tomorrow would you like me to tell me about the Ashen Wolves? Yes, please. Yes, please. I would like to know when I can get them or what to do with them. But as far as streaming tomorrow, I do work in the afternoon, so what's going to happen is we're probably going to be doing just a Genshin stream tomorrow, just so that way I can get caught up on event stuff, and then I'm going to go to work, and then that's probably going to be the same story for the next few days, because I'm behind on Genshin stuff. I got to get caught up before 3.0 happens. So we're going to see a lot of Genshin streams, you'll see some AI streams, and Fire Emblem 3 Hope streams. You'll get Happy First and Blue Ends. Let's go. That's great. That's great to hear. I'm excited. But yeah, I'm excited to see how this game goes. And we'll be playing this. We have AI the Somnium Files coming back, and then also more Genshin Impact. So we got a lot of games coming up. Hope you guys are excited for that. But with that, I'm going to be heading off. So with that, I thank you all so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. Of course, if you're new, feel free to follow. We do try to stream every single day. But other than that, have a wonderful day, night, morning, afternoon, and or evening. Of course, my name is Kadathi. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time for some more ready gaming. See you guys later. Peace. Bye, everybody.